Hello, what's up tonight, everyone? Welcome to our first ever Hearthstone stream. I've been saving that up all day. I've been saving that one up all day. I thought of it this morning. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we're going with. How is everyone tonight? Autumn, Shank, Lustful Jeans, Dog a Myth. Hey, what's up, Dog Dade Wildfire? Good to see you, Benny Mon. I mean, I usually go with playing Magic, but oh boy, that's a tough one. The Pixel Lands do look really sweet. Fung Dunk MTG, Zelda Zach, Dog a Myth, Autumn, Shank. How is everyone doing tonight? It is time to check out this crazy new Hearthstone format. We're going to try out these digital-only cards, and how's this Alchemy thing going? That's what we're going to find out. I honestly don't know. So today, they launched it around noon. Today's Commander Clash day, and oh my goodness, this week's Commander Clash, Chaos Week? Chaos Week is coming up again. If you've ever played a Chaos game of Commander, oh my goodness, it takes a minute, and you never know what's going to happen. So I had a very long, interesting, chaotic Commander Clash, so I haven't got to play that many games. I've built a bunch of decks. I got a ton of decks, and the plan for tonight is pretty simple. We're gonna see what these Hearthstone cards are all about. How are these new digital-only wild cards? So most of the decks that we have today are kind of far out there. Some of them might be good, but really, I want to see if drafting from a spellbook and all these weird new mechanics, are they good? Or do we even, like, there's been such a big freak out about this. Like, are these cards gonna even be impactful? Or are these cards just gonna be, like, random third-tier cards? Because that's what kind of happened with Jumpstart. Like, with Jumpstart, they printed all those digital-only cards, and there was a big concern that it was going to really shift the format, and then most of them ended up being not very playable in best of 3. So we're going to try out a bunch of these new cards. We're starting with the deck that might be the most Hearthstonian, but also maybe my favorite deck. This deck is sweet. I think this deck's sweet. We're gonna try it out. This is Bant Blink for Alchemy, but as I said, I got a bunch of decks. Just browsing through them quickly, we got Necroduality Zombies with new edition Puppet Razor. Puppet Razor seems kind of insane in Necroduality Zombies. You can exile the zombies that you exploit to get more zombies and cast them, and Necroduality to get more zombies and just keep casting zombies forever. So that's on the list. We got kind of boring Green-White Humans, but Green-White Humans get some really powerful cards. I think Grizzled Huntmaster and Inquisitor Captain, two of the most powerful cards from Alchemy, so that is a possibility. We have Gone Fishing. Elsika! Unfortunately, I think the bot is down at the moment, so Cardboard Live should have the deck when we get going. Gone Fishing is just like full-on tireless angler to the max, like mono blue tireless angler tempo, where we're just trying to fish out some Fleet Swallowers from the spellbook and see if maybe fishing is a way to win games. We got this Grixis Thieves deck, which is really janky, but this deck, it's just all the steal your stuff cards. And we got a bunch of new ones. We got Clone Crafter to clone cards from our opponent's deck. We got Rahilda to steal cards from our opponent's deck, combined with like Xanathars, combined with Valky's kind of steal stuff, combined with you find some prisoners, combined with Siphon Insight down here. So just steal your opponent's stuff, hope for the best. We have Gutmorn Discard. This one I'm also kind of excited about too. It's like all the discard stuff, but Gutmorn lets you steal the stuff you discard, kind of like a mini Turgid, so that is also on the list. We have Fake Werewolves, which is basically Alchemy Werewolves, with the big additions, Tenacious Pup, and also Rahilda. So Werewolves with the updates. The Blink deck we're coming to. This deck I'm also, oh my goodness, I'm also really excited about this one. Fuzznuts! I'm really excited to see how Alchemy passed up. Hey, what's up, birds? I'm glad you're hyped for it too. I'm excited for it too. So this deck I really want to be good. This is Blood Aristocrats, and this is like old school sweet aristocrats using Sanguine Brushstroke, which is a blood artist for blood tokens and also makes the actual blood artist. So idea is we make a bunch of blood tokens with our Blood Tithe harvesters and vulnerable bloodcasters, whatever, Falconwrath forebears. We play this, we get a literal blood artist, we get a blood artist for blood tokens, we can use Aunt, we can use Immersion Predator, we can use Falconwrath forebear to sacrifice all of our stuff and drain our opponent out of the game. Also, Meathook Massacre is a backup blood artist effect, so that's what I'm really excited about. We have this one. This is like the jankiest one. Hey, what's up, Variant? This one is just all the draft cards. Essentially, this is Abzan Draft Tribal. We have Slayer's Bounty, we have Cursebound Witch, we have Faithful Disciple, we got Ominous Traveler, we got Hinterland Chef, we got Garrick, we got Ishkana, we have Key to the Archive, and the idea is, we don't know what's gonna happen. We're just drafting. We're just grabbing random cards from a spellbook, and we're hoping that those random cards win. I don't think this deck is like super powerful, but it does have so many new cards in it. I'm excited to see if it even works. So that's on the list. This Tybalt Ramp deck deck. That's the last one. The last time, sorry, and then I promise we'll do our reminders and actually start playing Magic. This one is interesting to me. So I was trying to figure out, how do you build around Tibalt? How do you build around this Planeswalker? If you look at Tibalt, what does Tibalt do? 5 mana, ramps you, tutors cards from its spellbook, makes tokens. The middle +1 I don't think is actually super relevant. So the idea is we can play Tibalt, we can use Tibalt to make devil tokens, we can use Tibalt to ramp up to 7 mana much earlier to play Dreadfast Demon that can turn the devil tokens into Dreadfast Demons. We can also ramp into Toxtrol, we can use Key to the Archive to ramp up into our big stuff as well, while also grabbing something from Strixhaven's Mystical Archives. We got Valkyries as another finisher. So those are the decks on the agenda. So if there's something you really want to see, let me know. But we're starting with, this Bat Blink deck, which I am unreasonably excited for. I think this deck might actually be busted. But anyway, reminders. Replay YouTube this week, fight all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, if you don't want to see Alchemy, don't worry. Tomorrow we got a super sweet Modern Much of Brew coming out. The Modern Budget Magic on Monday is really good. There's shorts, there's tons of stuff. So even though I'm excited to try out Alchemy, I'm not forgetting about all the other formats. So there's tons of older formats coming up on the YouTube. So check that out. A reminder that our Draft Chaff is the perfect name for that deck. Abzan Draft Chaff. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, and if you need some real Magic, some physical Magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Even get a free Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, good way to support the stream and the channel. The site donations always appreciated. Every required $2 or more gets your message right on stream. All right, we did our reminders. Let's check out Alchemy. So the deck we're starting with, I'm calling this deck Bant Blink, and the idea of this deck, we're built around Teleportation Circle and some new cards. So what are we doing with this deck? Teleportation Circle just lets us blink something each turn. Well, we have some old school stuff in here. We got Brutal Cathars, we got Skyclaves, they're pretty good to blink. But the big payoffs, we now have a Collected Company S card in Alchemy, in Standard, in Inquisitor Captain, which essentially gives us a Hill Giant, and it's gonna let us choose one of 2 random creatures, mana value 3 or less, put out on the battlefield. So this we can blink each turn to build a big board. The other huge payoff is Grizzled Huntmaster. Grizzled Huntmaster, that's the other weird new card that lets us exile a creature from our hand with its ETB to get a copy of a creature from our sideboard. Our sideboard is full of Silver Bullet creatures. We have Thalias, we got Elite Spellbinders. Those are 3 ofs because we might actually bring them in against control. We also have like Yasharn for sacrifice stacks, Eberhart for taxing, more removal and Brutal Cathar. We have Guardian of Faith for rest, Skyclave Apparition for removal, Toski for card advantage, Garden Savior for reanimation value, Wandering Archaic for Spellslinger decks, Coma as a finisher. So the idea is in the early game, we're playing like Ominous Traveler in drafting cards from spellbooks. We're playing Clone Crafter in getting copies of creatures from our opponent's decks. We're ramping with Prosperous Innkeeper, and we're trying to get Teleportation Circle down and basically keep repeatedly blinking Inquisitor Captain to build a big board, Grizzled Huntmaster to tutor whatever our best sideboard creatures are out for the matchup, and just overwhelm our opponent with blink value. So that's what we're starting with. Oh, this deck looks so sweet. It looks super sweet. Croaky's Drain deck? What is Croaky's Drain deck? I have not seen Koki's Drain deck. Wait, that's Brawl. That's not. Yeah, we're brawling. We're brawlers now. What do you think of this new setup? I'm so confused of where my decks are now. It seems like they move around based on best of 1 or best of 3. Like they were all at the top and now they're all at the bottom. I don't know what Wizards is doing. It's been a little bit of a buggy launch. So how is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing amazing. Yeah, I really hope that Pioneer comes to Arena soon. How much did I have to spend to get these Alchemy cards? Oh, do you really want me to answer that, Alley Cat? Do you really want me to answer that question? So it was, I bought $200 of gems, although I still have some of them left, so I didn't actually have to spend all of them. But yeah, it's probably going to be around $200, I think, which is definitely one of the worst aspects of all this. It is super expensive if you want to do it. Out of curiosity, when it tries, when it tries, it fails. But can you add Phalith or Omnath to a deck? Because it's only adds an old version for me. Ooh, yes. Wait until after this game and we can try. Elkiza handing out some gift subs to Frogramid, Robotic Sheep, Birds, Domestic, and also Skulkers. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and hey, Cube April. How are you, Cube April? Good to see ya. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. First time sub, big soup cheer for you. This is not looking good. Our opponent's kind of going off over there, and we are not exactly going off. I think we got to play Prosperous Innkeeper so we can get to these Inquisitor Captains, maybe. Oh, can we stabilize? One thing I know about Bard class is if you're a Bard class deck and you draw a Bard class, it's kind of insane. Oh my goodness, I spent so much money today, April. It was like I think I spent $200 so far to get these cards. And they're not even kind of, I mean, I hate saying they're not real because they are technically real on Arena, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I can get a paper version of them. But, jeez, well, this is the most absurd start I've ever, oh my, oh, we're dead. Okay. Well, sometimes I don't even think we try to do anything. All right, well, sometimes you draw a Bard class and you go off with it. That was pretty impressive. Are we playing Archive here? There is no Archive in this deck. No. This deck, I don't think we even want a sideboard. We don't want the Thalias, we don't want the Spellbinders, and everything else is better in the sideboard, so we can tutor it up. How does the format feel so far? So I haven't got to play it much because it launched like this afternoon and it's Commander Clash recording day. And it was Chaos Week, which means really long Commander Clash. But so far it seemed fun. It's felt more fun than I had been having in Standard. I haven't had to play Historic yet. I've seen some nightmares about everyone's decks being illegal. I'm sure all mine are illegal too, if you had any of the added cards in them, so that part didn't go smoothly. But as far as Alchemy itself, it does kind of seem like fun, more fun Standard, I would say. All right, well, we'll see. I like this Grizzled Huntmaster. I dislike that we have 1 million tap lands, but I guess that's the price you pay in Standard. Hopefully our opponent does not have, like... Ooh, that's not a tap land. All right, so we can play this on white. And, all right, draft number 1. Here we go, here we go. Skull Wave Folds. How's the new format? So far it's... Ooh. I don't know what to think of these. Is this card good? Is this card good? I still don't know. I didn't know during spoiler season. I still don't know, and I'm playing it. I still really don't know. Square Wave Faults, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 3rd month. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. So this is a 2-mana 1/1. It's a Flibblethip, essentially, but it draws us a card from its spell book. The options are all these weird tribal cards. We don't really want zombies. We don't want Stromkirk Blood Thief. I guess we take Tovolar? Like, Tovolar is better than the other options, I think. One of the synergies I like is the random cards that we get from Traveler. If they're bad, we can Huntmaster and get rid of those cards, and then and turn them into good cards from our sideboard, essentially. That's one of the synergies of the deck. Hey, what's up, Lucid? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, let's play this. We got 2 teleportation circles, too. This is going to be good. Grizzled Huntmaster. So I think we're just getting removal, most likely. Getting like a copy of Skyclave Apparition, I think. Get rid of Tangled Floral Hedron. Yeah, we'll hold on to the Tovolar for now. It could do something. We are not going to... Actually, do we want to get rid of all the copies? Probably not. All right, so we will take... So that, I mean, this card is kind of insane. So our options... Toski's kind of interesting. The safe pick is just to take removal. I guess Yasharn would be fine too. Yasharn to get a couple lands. Skyclave is the safest pick. Dragon Bones, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm tempted to just draw cards, but maybe with Teleportation Circle, we might not even need it. Huh. All right, let's just take Skyclave. Skyclave is the safest choice. And, yeah, hit you for 1, pass the turn. I have a very similar deck in Historic. I was wondering if I could run Soul Herder along with Inquisitor Captain and add more clones. I think the answer is yes. I think that those cards work really well together. But it passes. Oh, another Huntmaster. Okay. Now we're seeing, you know what? I think we can get down a Teleportation Circle. Now we're seeing the deck without Bard class, and it's much less scary. Yeah, let's attack. So what do you think of these cards? Oh, what are you working on, April? Oh, April, you're the one with the Soul Herder deck. Yeah, I think that Soul Herder with Inquisitor Captain is kind of great. Wow. Okay, Snakeskin Veil. Sure. Well, that's a blowout. Well, we get to do some drafting. Champion of the Parish, I guess. Pass the turn. I mean, it's basically Conjurer's Closet. That is what Teleportation Circle does. Gonna start ramping. Appears the answer is yes. About it. Plays a land. Bard class. Well, definitely gonna have to answer that. Opponent goes attacking, no blocks. Ooh. I mean, this is too much value to pass up. Inquisitor Captain, Creature Coco comes in. 2 cards from the deck. We will put Brutal Cathar onto the battlefield. We will get rid of this Seville Ice Shaper. We will attack you for 1. We'll go to our end step. We will blink. This card is insane. Inquisitor Captain is... I think Inquisitor Captain is like borderline busted. Oh my god. Yes, how about a Glasspool Mimic? Copy Inquisitor Captain. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Let's put a Prosperous Innkeeper into play. Captain Coco, indeed. Oh, this card's so insane. Like, this card is, like, literally insane. Like, this card, I would not be surprised if they nerfed again. Like, I think this is a new staple in Historic. I think this is, like, the best card, one of the best cards from Alchemy, one of the best cards in the Alchemy format. Like, it is so insane. All right, so opponent has a Faileth, which is scary, especially now that it adds Trample. Well, I guess we just keep doing what we do. Actually, 1, 2. Oh, we don't have enough mana. Because we could Huntmaster up a removal spell for this, but... Wow, we could just... You know what? Boom. Teleporting. You know what? We're just going to blink our way out of this. We're going to blink our way through these... Ah! An opponent scoops it up. Cannot beat it. Cannot beat it. Captain Coco comes through. I think that card is just, like, absurd. Do you think the mirror control has legs these days in Modern, or has it been eclipsed by how much better Azorius is? Oh, so I think this card's so insane. So I think that the issue is Teferi's so busted, and it's hard for me to imagine it not being correct to splash for Teferi Time Traveler. It's just like so good, especially with all the Cascade decks running around. So I think you can build like a fine Dimir control deck, but I think that Dimir control deck probably will end up Esper almost by default, just because of Teferi, or primarily because of Teferi. Talial, recent Wizards decisions has led me to go up Arena, but I love watching Happy Holidays, everyone. Well, Talial, what are you doing with your hobby time now that Arena's done? One thing I've been wondering if anyone's going to switch to Magic Online, because I've seen other people say similar things, like, I'm not going to play Arena until it gets cheaper, or because of what this does to Historic, which I think those are, like, legitimate concerns. Are you just not playing digital Magic? Are you switching to Modo? Are you playing, like, webcam, just playing paper, playing something else altogether? Ooh, well... We're so far away from casting anything. One thing I will say is we might want more... The mana base in this deck might be slightly off. It seems like it's possible... It seems like it's possible that we want more pathways and less of the real dual lands, just because they end up being slow. That's kind of the main issue. We get some slow starts. Oh boy, almost got the Bard class. Well, that is frightening. They could just beat us here. Prosperous Innkeeper. Well, we could be dead. Like, when they have Bard class on turn 2, they sometimes just win the game. I still play paper events every week in Commander, but Arena I only go to for drafts. Now that makes sense. All right, how good of a start does our opponent have? Tovalar. Well, we are going to cash in our treasure. Get rid of gain a life. Get rid of a Traveler. Tutor up a Skyclave. Ooh, we can get 2? That's probably worth it. We got the mana, right? Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of the Traveler. Both Travelers. And get 2 copies of Skyclave Apparition. Kind of insane. This card is also kind of insane. Like, Grizzled Huntmaster. Oh my goodness, that card's ridiculous. I built my first Alchemy deck all out of wild cards. This might be the end of my arena days, but the card looks, oh my god, jeez. All right. Well, opponent is off to an absolutely absurd start here. Double Bard class. That is going to be tricky to beat. Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of the Tovolar. Yeah, I mean, look at the start. Oh, that's what happens when your Bard class deck draws Bard class ×2. Ritu, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Bard class is super fun. It's just like wildly inconsistent. It's one of those decks where it's like, it's standard Heartless summoning. It's standard Heartless summoning in the sense that when you have your namesake enchantment, you look like the best deck in the history of Magic. Like, it is absurd. On the other hand, when you don't draw Bard class, it is kind of the exact opposite, where you are playing a bunch of really bad overcosted stuff that that is just not very good at all. So that's kind of the issue with the deck. It's just like incredibly high variance based on whether you can draw Bard class and keep it on the battlefield. Schnapps, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we're kind of in trouble though, considering our opponent has a 7/6 Den of the Bugbear. Just like even those couple of turns with Bard class is so good about it. All right. That's fine. Plays a land. Well, not dead yet. Well, teleportation circle. No attacks. Oh, you got 2 Bard classes. Don't be nice and us. Double Bard class draw. Miyako Best Girl. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We might actually just get rid of all these now. Yeah, let's get rid of all the Floral Hedrons. Get a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I wish we had Land Hate. Land Hate would be good. So Garden Savior doesn't do anything here. Not quite Tacoma yet. Yasharn? I mean, we could just keep taking Skyclaves, I guess. Oh, what do we take? What do we take? Don't we want... I don't think we have the ability to attack, though. We're just so close to dead to this Den of the Bugbear that I don't think we're in a position where we can really attack yet. We need to be able to stop this Den of the Bugbear first. Well, Toski has to attack, though. So it blocks for a turn, but then it has to start attacking. Kind of thinking Yasharn. Yeah, let's take Yasharn. We don't have a ton of... Actually, this mana base might need improving. I don't know if we have that many lands, honestly. We'll see. Opponent, Den of the Bugbear, goes to combat. Goes attacking, makes a dork. Well, I mean... Feels bad. If they have another pump spell, then I guess they got us, or anything. They only have a single green mana. All right, so we killed the Den of the Bugbear. We dropped to 6, but opponent gets a 4/4. Plays a land. Bard class levels up. Well, please tell us we have at least some basic lands. We're not really built for your show. Oh my, no. Oh. All right. Hang on. Okay, so I guess we either gotta not play your shard or we gotta change the mana base. Apparently we only have like 2 basics in the deck. So the idea of Yashard was mostly to be a sideboard card against sacrifice decks, but maybe we gotta run more basics if we're gonna actually play Yashard to the sideboard. What do you think? Do we cut Yashard or do we try to change the mana base to support Yashard? Like, the thing is, it's a 1 of sideboard card. We have 1 of each basic. We just, unfortunately, I guess, drew them all. Like, is it even... Why not use Chariot and Historic? Chariot's bad now that they nerfed it. Like, the question is, are there enough sacrifice decks? Or maybe the problem is we just should not have Maybe we should not have gotten it, honestly. Maybe that's the... like, maybe it's worth it just for sacrifice decks, but I should have been aware of the number of basics we have. Maybe that's the issue, and we just don't think of it as a ramp spell. I mean, the deck is so sweet, though. All right, here, let's do this. Let's add a couple more pathways. Let's add a couple more pathways. That'll fix our Yasharn issues. I mean, the problem is it only makes one cat. Like, I think the power of Azeka's Chariot is putting 4 power of tokens and putting a 4/4 vehicle on the battlefield. I think if you're only making 2 power, like, basically it went from making 8 power and toughness to making 4 power and toughness. And I think that just makes it bad, right? I don't know. That's what I kind of lean towards. Yeah, we'll play first. Yeah, we'll try this. I mean, we gotta hit a couple lands, but maybe we can travel into them. Yeah, Magikarp. I'll get in contact with you. Maybe sometime the beginning of next week I'll be able to snag you for a minute or two. Tenacious Pup Farm. All right, so opponent's playing Werewolves. Well, we hit a land, which is good. All right, we should be in good shape now. Like, Skyclave and Grizzled Huntmaster is kind of great here. I don't know. What do you think of this Ominous Traveler? Like, it's tutoring out really janky cards. Like, it's tutoring out all... What is our opponent doing? Okay, sure. Pack Song Pup. Well, all right, land Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of Pack Song Pup. Pass the turn. No, I do like that we can just exile the cards to Huntmaster. That is the biggest thing. Wait, how is Seek the Wilds bugged? About it. Ooh, passes. Okay, well, in that case, Glasspool Mimic. Copy Skyclave. Get rid of your pack leader. Why don't people play more Glasspool Mimics? Hit ya. Not a 19. And we got the teleportation circles coming. Oh, Remind me when the match isn't going. Arena doesn't allow you to go to the deck building screen when you're in a game. Remind me when the match is going or when the match isn't going, or when we're wrapping it up, and I'll add one to a deck. I mean, so what is the bug that you're having? Yeah, all right, we'll just grab one thing. Not Yasharn. We learned that. We're not grabbing Yasharn. I mean, it's probably just more Skyclave. Like, it's kind of insane that you just keep copying, tutoring out Skyclaves about it at tabs. So wait, what is the bug that you're having? So what I would say is, did you do update card styles? I know there's like I had an issue earlier with about it gets in. I had an issue earlier with one of the nerf cards where the issue was essentially it wasn't using the nerf version when it was supposed to. So I would double check that you're using the nerfed version of Omnath and not the real version, which I think is one of the issues we're gonna have with this setup. Is there like 2 different cards and Arena's just kind of buggy. So I'm playing Omnath in Historic, but my second opponent conceded the game after Omnath was fabled. Omnath makes opponent sad. Yeah, I'm still not sure that Omnath... It's going to be interesting to see if it's safe. Hey, what's up, Stone Rain? How are you? I'm still not sure that it's just going to be a safe card. Yeah, Cardboard Live might be having an issue with some of the new cards. Wow. Everyone loves our Snakeskin Veils. When did Snakeskin Veil become a card that apparently every deck plays? I can update the deck list command now. Opponent, Flame Blessed Bolt. 3 damage. If it would die, exile it instead. Okay. I mean, opponent's got 1 card in hand. We have Teleportation Circle. We got value for days. This is as close as you can get to playing Panharmonicon in Standard. Or, well, Alchemy. Which is kind of standard. Okay. Well, game. Inquisitor Captain is just always game. This card's so good. Inquisitor Captain. Would we like one of these two cards? I think the answer is yes. We will take a Clone Crafter. Maybe steal a card from our opponent's deck. Ooh, Rahilda. Hey, all right, pass the turn. So when crafting cards, does anyone know if they craft a normal card, like Goldspan, do they also get the Alchemy version? Yes. If you own a Goldspan, you will own both versions. So that is a little bit of good news, at least, with the economy. So yeah, if you get a Goldspan, you got both of them. Same with all the other Nerf cards. Or if you already owned a Goldspan, you will automatically own both of them. Yeah, so I think maybe the card styles, that's what ended up fixing it for me. I had Faceless Haven in a deck. It was showing up as illegal. I took them out and put them back in, and apparently I had the card style version on. But after I took them out and put them back in, then it was fine. So hopefully that takes care of it for you. Well, teleportation circle number 1, play the land. Look at this board. Look at this board. Look at this blinkable Coco. Blink the Captain, Gates of Life. Get a Brutal Cathar. Get rid. I absolutely love this play style. Like, look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing. An opponent can't keep up. Like, it's just so much value. Oh, so much value. I think Real Omnith is fine in Standard, not safe in Historic at all. That's probably true. In Historic, you have a Fabled Passage, which you don't have in Standard. So I don't know. Like, it is worse not drawing a card with its ETB. That's definitely a downgrade from where it was before. It's a little bit more mana, but still, when you can do that line of like, play it, scry, fetch land, get back most of my mana, play something else, that's still kind of insane. Did Standard have to become faster? Wait, faster as in like more aggressive or faster changes? Yeah, Inquisitor Captain is that card. I think that, like, if you're going to spend your wild cards on a single card, I think that Inquisitor Captain is the one. It's only a rare, so you're going to spend a mythic. And I think it's going to be really good in Alchemy and really good in Historic. Like, that's been my experience with it. Obviously, it's day one. I haven't had to bleed a ridiculous amount, but every time I cast it, it feels like I'm just winning. Like, it's so strong. I don't play this on blue. Innkeeper. I love that Teleportation Circle is like kind of playable in this deck too. Like, I guess that's the only concern is with these new digital only cards, it does seem like Wizards can kind of like just nerf them whenever they want to. So I guess that would be something wild card wise that might be worth keeping in mind. Yeah, we can't have the Storm Seeker seeking a storm here. Well, Hidgever 1. Back up to 60. Put it down to 90. We just need more removal. Omnath Ramp in Standard only had... Alright. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. Opponent. Oh, come on, removal. Down to 10. Ominous Traveler does not find removal. Yeah, we might be in trouble on this one. We just have neither removal, and our opponents had the answers to the removal we have drawn. Ominous Traveler. Gain a little bit of life. These cards are so janky. So will nerfs be the same? Will nerfs for the same card be different across Historic and Alchemy? No, that is one of the things I dislike about Alchemy, honestly, is I think that Historic should be excluded, or at least it needs to be different. They don't need to ban cards and nerf cards in Standard / Alchemy and have that impact Historic. Like, it's a crazy idea. That would be like, imagine Wizards saying, hey, this card is Elrond's Epiphany is too good in Standard, so we're banning it in Standard and in Modern. Everyone would be like, why? It's not broken in Modern. Why in the world would you base a decision based on Standard and have that impact a very different, much more powerful format like Modern? That doesn't make any sense. That's lunacy. And that's essentially what's happening here, I think, is, yeah, maybe we should have just taken the Vampire. The vampire wouldn't steal anything, but it would be a 3/3 for 3. Piper's a little more expensive. The backside could be relevant to go digging. Like, we're basically trying to find removal because this Reckless Stormseeker is a problem, and our creatures are small. Like, we're grinding out a bit of value, but our creatures are pretty small compared to our opponent's hasty werewolves. Travelers, but I mean, it's repeatable value. All right. Harbinger. About it. Well, I mean, we're gonna kill this. We're gonna lose pretty much. Oh yeah, we're in a bit of trouble here. Bit of trouble. That's because we didn't draw a Coco. Like, that's the. Oh wait. Can Coco save us? Would have been better if we hadn't just had to sacrifice so much stuff. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control a wolf or werewolf, put a counter on it. This is a 4/4 trample. Huh. We got both of our removal creatures. The question is, which one do we cast? What happens when something needs to be nerfed in Historic, though? They haven't really talked about that. They haven't really talked about that from what I've seen. Like, I assume that they might also nerf cards based on Historic, but they haven't actually, like, explicitly said that at least that I've come across. If I missed it, let me know, but I have not seen that. Well, let's keep traveling. All right, we get 2 zombies and a werewolf. This card cracks me up. It's just all random stuff. It's stuff that, like, it's just like, if you're in the right tribe, it would be insane. But then you're playing a human in your tribal deck, opponent, Tenacious Pup. I mean, we're basically hoping this teleportation circle is going to win us this game. Opponent grows a pup, goes attacking. We will chump. About it. Now play the land. Headless Rider, another blocker. Pick up the Traveler, which is actually kind of a drawback. Teleportation circle. No attack. Blink the Captain. Ugh. All right, Clone Crafter it is. They should have a button to refund or keep the nerf cards every time there's an update. I mean, I think that is the best solution. All right, 5/5 trample vigilance. Jeez. Yeah, that's a thing. Whew. Do we even survive this? I'm not sure we do. Ouch. Elysianer, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Yeah, this isn't great. This isn't great at all. Although, I guess it's also not the absolute end of the world. Well, keep on traveling. Oh my god, a bunch of spirits. How much mana do we got? 1, 2. Okay, take this thing, cast this thing. Pick up the Traveler again. Oh, there's a Huntmaster. There's the Huntmaster. Oh, if we can live another turn, this is going to be so good. Can we live another turn? Play the land. Huntmaster. Get rid of Piper. Tutor up a Skyclave, Apparition. No attacks. Blink Huntmaster. Get rid of Traveler. Tutor up Coma. Oh, Coma from the sideboard. Coma from the sideboard. About it. Are we alive? Are we dead? Werewolf Pack Leader. That doesn't kill us. About it. Goes attacking. We will block. Well, Coma time. Play the land. No attacks. Blank the Skyclave. Get rid of the pup. Oh, it's working. I think. Oh, there's a coil. Okay. We're Hearthstoning our way through. Have you tried Key of the Archive in this deck? Played it with someone who chained Time Warps with it in Teleportation Circle. Ooh, maybe we should add it. Yeah, this can blink an artifact. Actually, that kind of sounds insane. You know what? I think we'll have to check and make sure we can still have enough creatures. If we can have enough creatures, then we might just add it, because that gives you the best cards. Out of all the spell books, I think it's the most powerful. Well, Brutal Cathar. Get rid of the token. Okay, opponent protects it. Skyclave. Get rid of the Pack Leader. No attacks. End of turn. Blink the Brutal Cathar. Get rid of the pup. And we don't even die to their big Foretold thing because we got Coma to tap it down, and I think we're good. That's a blink value. There's a Harbinger. Sure. I think we set a stop here. And opponent. Done. Diddly done. Oh, that's a blink value. All right, what do you think? Should we add the artifact? Do you think the artifact's worth it? So what do you think of this format so far? What do you think of the new cards? Give me your first impression. We've played 2 games. What's your first impression of what you're seeing? All right, let's add the artifact, because that does sound kind of spicy. What is the name of it? Key to the Archive? I think so. One of the tricks I realized, there's two cards in Alchemies. There's 2 cards in Alchemies that specifically care about the number of things you have in your deck. Captain cares about 20 small creatures, and there's a spell one. Well, it's 20 instants or sorceries. The MDFCs are a really good way to cheat on that. That's one of the ways we make this work. We only got 19 real lands because we got 4 glass pools, 4 tangled Florahedrids, which means we actually have like an absurd number of creatures. We have 30 creatures that meet this restriction. So I think we can probably do a tiny bit of trimming. Especially if you trim Fateful Absences, which might be fine since we have so many Brutal Cathars. And we can use those slots to play these. Let's play 3 Key to the Archives. We're not like that. Yarian would be great, but it's not in Standard anymore. Or what do you think of just referring to this as we're talking is Standard? It's a little simpler than going back and forth, because it is Standard with digital only cards, but yeah, Yarian with Captain seems great in Historic. Doesn't that just like set the precedent for anything now? Wait, what's setting precedents? Do you think Wizards got this whole alchemy idea from the companion debacle? Wait, what's the connection between companions and alchemy? Yeah, we cut a Traveler. I mean, I've been having fun playing with the new cards. They're fun. They're fun to play with. They are definitely, a lot of them are different than traditional Magic cards, and they're doing things that traditional Magic cards don't normally do. Oh, are we gonna ship a double Captain hand? You know what? We're gonna try this. It might be too slow. Our mana situation's definitely sketchy, but we got 2 Inquisitor Captains, and those things are just kind of insane. Oh, the companion mechanic was completely eroded. I see. I don't know if that, I mean, maybe it had some amount of an impact. I mean, I think that Wizards' thought process is Standard has been in a bad place for like 3 years. And we as the community have been pretty vocal about that. So I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. Like, everyone knows the Standard has not been in the best place the last few years. So I think Wizards' thought process was Standard kind of sucks. How can we keep it more interesting? And I think this was the solution that they came up with. Although I will say, I'm sure that this also will make us a bunch of money. Probably, definitely played into that as well. Like, that's also, boy, if we draw white source, this hand goes off. Would prefer not to start getting Rahilda'd, but we'll see. Pagsong Pup. What is it with people playing Werewolves? Werewolf Day. Oh, well, that's what we wanted to see. Inquisitor, I don't think anyone beats Inquisitor Captain Tron. Oh, yes. How about a Glasspool Mimic? Copy Inquisitor Captain. Do it again. How about a Skyclave? Get rid of that Rahilda. Oh, so good. But I think that was their thinking, basically. I don't think that the erratas, like, I don't think the erratas were the main reason Wizards want to do this. I think it's that they want to be able to change up Standard more quickly in digital, and also it's a way they can sell a bunch more wild cards. Like, I know from experience, I spent $200 today to get the cards I needed to play these decks. So I'm sure that was also a big part of Wizards' reasoning. It's like, wow, think of all the money. Think of all the money we can make. Yeah, Inquisitor Captain was just, it's so good. Ooh, Ascendant Pack Leader. Well, get in with the captains. Hit you a bit. Yeah, Captain Mimic is like kind of insane. If you go to Historic, there's other 3-mana clones too, where you can just like chain and chain and chain. Mirror Image, Mirror Entity, an opponent. Done. I want to see Esper Inquisitor Captain in Historic. In Historic, I want to play Inquisitor Captain with more clones and Panharmonicon. Like, that sounds insane to me. I've been playing this in Historic. Well, let me see Daniel. I think that's the only one, right? There's two. Actually, we can probably look it up. One thing I would say, I know there's a ton of features that they could add to Arena that would be helpful. I wish you could go back and forth from the deck builder to the game screen. One of the things I like about Magic Online is it's kind of separate windows. So you can have the game up and you can go back to the collection screen. You can't really do that on Arena. So we have to go to Scryfall and see. I think there's only 2. If there's 3 clones that are cheap enough. Oh, wait. No, there's more than that. I know I saw Mirror Image. What am I doing wrong? I will just look in Arena later. But that could actually be a deck if you could just chain them together. Have you played the other decks yet? We have not yet. And also welcome, Seth Editor. We'll try some more. Well, I want to jump around and try. Ideally, I'm kind of treating this like a... as a almost like a release stream where we're going to jump around a little bit more than usual and just try to check out the new mechanics. So even though I really love this Blink deck, we'll switch it up and keep going. Ooh, Garuda Inquisitor. Except the clones are 3 mana. We need like Phantasmal Image in Historic. Then we're off to the races. Huh. I mean, all right. I guess we'll keep this. Good buddy, Ominous Traveler, gonna tutor up some bad tribal cards. Urk, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 3rd. Ooh, we can't stop it this time. Oh dear. Well, okay, so I think we lose. Well, in that case, opponent wins a die roll or a Hilda. It flips because we have tap lads. They steal 2 cards. They hit us for 4, and that is, oh god. Ha! Well, yeah, Wizards. I will say, Wizards does love their snowball cards. That is, no, they steal Inquisitor Captains. Wizards does love the cards that just snowball to a free win, and yeah, we're dead. I will say that I don't know why they... One thing I dislike the most about modern Magic design, for Alchemy or for normal design, is just Wizards' insistence to print snowball cards. Cards that just, like, every turn by themselves add so much value that they're able to win the game. Werewolf Pack Leader is another big example. Which, I don't know why they keep printing cards like that. It's just a really, really, really weird choice that I do not understand, like, at all. Well, I gotta keep this, but it's more okay than good. We don't have any payoffs. We got a bunch of mana dorks, but no payoffs to go with them. Tablet, go. Opponent plays a forest. Well, maybe we can steal something good from our opponent's deck. Clone Crafter. Conjures a copy of... Well, Reckless Stormseeker's not bad. Not the worst. Well, land Reckless Stormseeker. Haste it up. Go it. I mean, that's pretty good. Hit you down to 19. Our turn to snowball the werewolves. Wait, what makes this format awful, boy? And also standard? Opponent has Stormseeker. Ooh, key to the archive, eh? I think what we do here... Glassbowl Mimic's been really impressive. I mean, I think we're just going aggro. Opponent down to 9. All the Mimics in the West. Opponent. Oh yeah. I would agree with that. Opponent. Although, I mean, I don't know if I would go as far to say that these formats are awful, but opponent appears to have Fatal Push. Yeah. They always have the Fatal Push. No attacks. Interesting. Interesting. Prosperous Innkeeper. Mega Treasure. Traveler. Gain a life. Do we have some sneaky vampires? No. Maybe, I don't know if Traveler's worth it or not, honestly. It's just like random cards. I mean, I guess it gives itself haste. That's something. Yeah. Give a haste past the turd. Do not like our opponent untapping with his Tovolar. We haven't drawn any removal. Yeah, being able to get those insane synergy and snowball effects between 1 and 3 drops and got no downside, but instead get more value. It's a coin toss format in non-control matchups. Well, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but I do think they print way too many of those cards. Glad Goldfinch is spending money and creating content to help us cheap skates craft the correct cards to be competitive. I mean, I definitely think that the economy issues are real. Like, after today, it definitely felt real to me. And I'm super lucky that this is what I do for a job. Like, you know, so I'm lucky to be able to spend the money I need to play or whatever. But wow, it is not cheap. It is definitely not cheap. Not even a little cheap. How am I liking? I've been having a lot of fun so far in Alchemy, honestly. Like, it's been pretty enjoyable. About it. No attacks again. Interesting. Oh, I don't think... Can we win? What if we Dominating Vampire? Copy Dominating Vampire. That's still not lethal. We can key to the archive, try to find something. I guess a removal spell would be good. All right, let's try it. Key to the archive. Oh. Oh, the whiff, the whiff, the whiff, the whiff. Oh, that's exactly what we wanted to not see. Exactly. I'll take Putrefy for the future if we're still alive. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Opponent's going to draw many Magic the Gathering cards here. Oh. And while we needed some of the removal that worked now, not removal that works after we're dead, unfortunately. We got the removal spell that's good in like another turn, but we don't have the luxury of getting a removal spell that's good in another turn. We need a removal spell that killed Tovolar there, like Lightning Bolt or Lightning Helix. I mean, that's the downside of the Hearthstone cards, is they are very random. Yeah, I mean, we're super dead. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Live by the Hearthstone, die by the Hearthstone, I guess. Oh, the fizzle. I mean, we're just dead no matter what we do. They can just trample up their stuff. It doesn't make a difference. All their stuff can have trample. Like, they give this trample, then give something else trample. I mean, I think we're just dead, so I don't think anything we do matters. Like, because they can give their team trample with Tovolar, like, it doesn't matter how we block. We're just, I guess I should have just conceded, but, like, we're just dead because of Tovolar. All right, let's do one more. We didn't get to really see the Hearthstone cards come through. Let's do one more with this deck, and then we'll switch it up. Oh, what food are you working on today, Magikarp? Yeah, I mean, we need to, I wish there was a way. Does anyone know a way to see the spellbooks of the cards easily? Is there an easy way to see the spellbooks? I kind of feel like Wizards doesn't want us to see the spellbooks, and it's just like they want it to be random. We have a new donation. Wow, a big donation. Elki's a $50 donation. Help MTG Goldfish ease the pain of the arena economy. Oh, well, thank you so much, Elki's. I hope I wasn't coming across like I was complaining. I mean, I was in a sense complaining because I wish Wizards would make the economy cheaper. Not so much for my sake, but I'm, like I was saying, I'm lucky. Like, I can afford to do it. I do it for a job. So I'm one of the, like, luckiest people when it comes to spending money on Arena. Most people are not in that position. Most people do not have the luxury to be like, oh, Wizards decided to add 50 new rares to the client for this new format. I guess I'll spend $200. Like, you know, a lot of people aren't in that position. So thank you so much for the donation, though. I definitely super helpful and very much appreciate it. The spellbooks on the cards hover. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. I do know that you can right click them, but I wish there was a way, because I want to talk about our odds of hitting the removal spell that would have won us the game there. But I don't know how to look it up. Well, oh, we should have, oh yeah, we have to bounce this. All right, yeah. Well, we should have attacked first because we would have gotten damage. I always forget that this has to bounce itself when you cast the card that you tutor up with it, or one of the cards you tutor up. Opponent plays a key to the archive. Well, that's probably bad news. Okay. About it. Oh, is this a, oh, we didn't even draw land. Oh, boy. Oh boy, we got keys to the archives for days and ways to blink it. The problem is we're a smidge on the mana screwed side here, which is not great. And I assume this is something very, very bad coming down with our opponent's infinite mana. Opponent. Chili minced corn bread buns, pork loin cooked in soy sauce and oyster sauce, cooked wines, red and green bell peppers, scallions, served with traditional Chinese cornbread rolls, which are denser than American cornbread, served in an appetizer or side dish. Ooh, that sounds great, Magikarp. Boy, we got land trouble for days. Oh, I really wish we could have played things on curve. I think that's gonna beat us here. About it. Opponent's got the extra key. I think Key to the Archive's probably pretty busted too. I actually think, the more I play with some of these cards, the more I think that that a lot of the cards in the set are like above average power level for standard. Wait, what are you punting, Corneus? What are you punting? Well, Brutal Cathar. Opponent counters. Yeah. Oh, that's what they spun off their archive. Oh, we're so far behind. This mana situation is bad news. Have you tried restaurant ramen yet? I have not. I have heard other people say that they're big fans of it, but all right, opponent mills some cards. But I mean, I live in upstate New York. We don't actually have ramen restaurants around here. Opponent passes. Well, we're hitting lands now. Perhaps a bit on the slow side. Restaurant ramen is good. What makes restaurant ramen better than whatever supermarket ramen? We have a new donation. Well, Play an archive. Opponent, do you have a counter? Not this time. Oh. Okay. Claim the firstborn, I guess. We got no. Maybe we're not lucky enough. Maybe we're not lucky enough to play Hearthstone cards. Opponent got a counter spell. We gotta claim the firstborn. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's fresh. Interesting. Now, opponent goes attacking with everything for some reason. Well, we will block and block. What does our opponent have foretold? It's got to be something insane. Wow, Doomscar. Okay, sure. Oh. Claim the firstborn. I take it back. I take it back, claim the firstborn. You're actually the best. Claim the firstborn. Give it that Dreamvoke. Land. Teleportation circle. Teleportation circle. The claim the firstborn worked. Hit that red in 7. Get it out of here. Oh, opponent's gonna chop to keep it alive. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we get to blink the token to kill it. So we get to blink the token. Blink the key to the city. Teleportation removal. It worked. Well, all right. D-Spark is actually an answer to red. Token gone forever. Eventually, we're gonna find good cards. It's gonna happen. Opponent. Opponent plays a land. Well, key to the archive. Take Electrolyze. Discard the land. Electrolyze red. That also works. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Claim the firstborn was great here. Kill it. Oh, we got the setup. This is the setup we were waiting for. Pass the turn. Blanket. Blanket. Now we need Approach of the Second Sons. We need Approach of the Second Sons. What do we have to regrow? Another claim the firstborn because it was so busted last time. Let's regrowth. Discard the land. About it. There's a ramen restaurant in Southfield, Syracuse, and New Hartford. Do we have any mana? We do. All right. Well, I guess we're the counter speller now. Wow. Okay, so this is kind of insane. These cards are like, for a long time, banned in modern level cards. Clone Crafter? Give us something good? Well, I'll have to go to a ramen restaurant. So, okay, answer me this. I don't really like ramen. Dr. Sandor for the 6th month. Welcome to the... Did I miss a donation? Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did miss a donation. My apologies. Acid Ketchum with the $2 donation. Arena has the... Hang on one second. I will read it. What are we going to regrowth? Regrowth. Traveler. Play Traveler. Get a card to discard. It'll be Howlpack Piper. Doesn't really matter. End of turn. Blink Traveler. Blink Archive. Oh, so busted. So busted. Key to the Archive. We will take Demonic Tutor. We will discard Howlback Piper. Blink that, grab a random tribal card, gain a life. Like, look at the value. Look at the value. I mean, they are cards, and we can discard them. I think this is like blood tokens. You don't actually want the cards it gives you, but you can use the cards it gives you for other things. So Acid Ketchup, $2 donation. Arena has the best economy Magic has ever had. I believe Wizards is deliberately milking whales so players like me can play for cheap and free, which is bad for players like you, but allows me to play Alchemy Standard and never play $1. Well, Acid Ketchup, thank you so much for the donation. I mean, so if like, I see what you're saying, and there are upsides. Oh, they're trying to teleportation circle too. There are upsides to the arena economy, like having an option to free to play. That is a real thing. So I don't want to diminish the upsides of someone who benefits from having a free to play system or whatever. Like, that's definitely real. So I don't want to take that away from you. At the same time, I definitely know lots of people who are free-to-play players that are also very unhappy with the economy. So I think there is a small segment of players who actively really like the arena economy, where they really love limited. They're really good at limited. So they like draft a ton, and they just are like, I have hundreds of thousands of gold and more wild cards than I can ever spend. And that's awesome. So I'm glad that there is a segment of the Magic Arena population who the economy really works for, but I don't think it's true that it's a paid player versus free to play player thing in general. Like, I honestly think that from what I've heard, free to play players also have a lot of issues with the economy. I can't really play multiple decks, not able to because of how the economy works. It's just not really possible to build more decks quickly. So I don't think it's just like, okay, it sucks for the whales, but it's good for everyone else. If that's what it was, and it sucked for the whales, but it was good for everyone else, then that's fine. Like, my complaint is not, oh, poor me, I'm a Magic content creator. Poor me, I'm a Magic content creator. I got to spend money to get Magic cards. Like, no, I'm lucky that I have the ability to do it. But my impression, oh my God. But my impression is that the economy doesn't work for a lot of different players, from whales to free-to-play players. But I'm glad that it works for you, though. Like, if it's working well for you, then I'm super, super excited that it does. Wow, yeah, double time warp is kind of obscene here. Well, Demonic Tutor. I'm not sure how we lose from this point, honestly. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we can't. Oh my God. All right. Well, I don't know if our opponent's going to get 10 tap here. Play this. Captain Coco has arrived. Okay, keeps getting better. Huntmaster, get rid of the Traveler. Tutor up a Coma, just in case. Land, go to combat. Hit you with the Tovolar. I assume when the Time Warp hits a stack, our opponent's just going to concede, but we will see. Time Warp. We will take the extra turn after this one. End step. Blink Key. Blink Captain. Put a Glasspool Mimic into play. Copy the Captain. Yeah, might as well. Let's just finish him. Finish him off. All right, get rid of that. Get back. Oh, so much value. So much value. Wow. I mean, our opponent was trying to do something a little bit similar to what we're trying to do, but we just kind of went super over the top. Like way, way, way over the top of what our opponent's able to do. I'm telling you, this Inquisitor Captain card is absurd. And Key to the Archive seemed great. Is Panharmonicon in this? It is not, because we're playing standard, or the equivalent of standard Alchemy. So it's not actually a legal option. Bring in a couple Thalias. Bring in a couple Spellbinders. Do a bit of trimming. And run it like that. Yeah, I mean, I think Inquisitor Captain I think that's been the most impressive card. The current model, you have to keep all the cards you have. It's really bad for everyone. People only play standard, got useless historic cards. Players who only play Brawl have multiple cards. People who play historic have lots of cards that do not need to play standard anymore. Right now, dusting is kind of needed. I mean, I've always been a fan of dusting. So I will say this. You know, I mean, you've been around the last couple of weeks. I've been very, like, mixed feelings on the whole alchemy thing. One thing I will say is, and I'll give you a little Hearthstone story. My Hearthstone story is, I'm not really a Hearthstone player, but I play some Arena on Hearthstone sometimes, which is... I play some Arena, which is like limited on Hearthstone. So I play some Hearthstone, and this was like a couple years ago. And from doing that, I actually got enough in-game currency that I could build a competitive deck. So I built Priest, a dirty Priest player. So I built Priest. I was playing the deck, and Divine Purge. And the deck ended up getting nerfed. It was hit by a bunch of nerfs. They took a lot of the most important cards and made them pretty bad, honestly. They went from being very powerful to very bad. I was pretty disappointed because my deck was wrecked. Like, sure, my cards were not banned, but the deck was not nearly as good as it was before because the cards were so much worse. So I was pretty disappointed. However, and I didn't know this at the time, I ended up tweeting something about it, and everyone was like, well, don't you know, when they nerf a card, you can dust it for full value. Like, you know, why didn't you just dust it? And I didn't actually know it was a thing because I'm so used to playing Magic where there's no even little tiny hint of generosity that I just, I didn't know. I assumed that that's not how it worked, but that is how it works in Hearthstone. If they nerf a card, you have the option to essentially get your wild card back. They're like, hey, we nerfed this card. We're doing it again. We nerfed this card. It's not on you. Would you like your wild card back? Would you like your wild card back? Yes or no? And I think that that's something that we should probably be doing on with Arena as well. Golly. Did you see that turn? Get in, hit ya. Inquisitor Captain is kind of the truth. So yeah, so I would say that Wizards, especially for historic and specific, they really need to give players the option to refund their wild cards if they... Oh, they drew a real wrath. They really need to give the players the option to refund their wild cards if they so choose. Well, that's unfortunate. That was top deck of the year for our dear old opponent over there. All right, well, playing the land past the turn, nothing to blink. Whoo, the real wrath off the top. Yeah, I mean, it is real good white card advantage. Seth, can we check our sideboard to see if it shows current state or just what the deck queues up with? Maybe? How do you check your sideboard? I believe there's a way, but I guess I don't actually know what that way is. Oh, opponent's gonna have mascot exhibition? Well, Skyclave. Unless we draw some real cards, we might be in trouble here. Get in, hit ya. Tangle Florahedron. Pass the turn. Right click your deck. That seems to show me a card back. Oh, I see. So what was the question? I mean, it's the cards that are, it's got 11 cards in the sideboard, so, but they draw another Doomscar? What is going on? Well, Tangled Floral Hedron for infinite mana past the turn. We really need something we can blink for value. Yeah, so it seems like it's not showing the cards that we changed, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it says 11 cards. I'm not sure where it's getting the 11 number from, so I think it's not including the cards that we changed by the looks. About it. Ren off the top, or Ren from Exile. Makes a Tree Folk. Goes attacking. Well, Innkeeper is like very slightly better than nothing, but not by a ton. Huh. Kill the Tree Folk. We need one of our... We have all these teleportation circles. We just got nothing to blink for value. Like, nothing at all. Yeah, why is that entering tapped? Oh. Oh, that Wrath thing that they cast. Well, all right. The Wrath... I guess we'll start blinking something else. The Wrath thing that they cast makes it so the cards perpetually enter the battlefield tapped, apparently. So that appears to be what's happening. The Divine Purge actually seems kind of good. This is Alchemy. Opponent goes attacking. I believe we're 2-1. Blinks Yasharn. All right, something we can blink for value, please, please. Oh, another land. The fizzle is on. Well, get rid of Yasharn. Go to combat. Kill the Wren.
The heat has become...
Blink the Innkeeper. Come on, Captain! We haven't even spent many good cards. We're just drawing all these weird... Oh my god, Templar's Huntmaster, okay. Key to the Archive. We haven't drawn any of those either. Oh! About it. Passing. Attacking. And unless we draw something, we're definitely dead. Opponent has this teleportation circle that can blink the Huntmaster. And we've just like hard fizzled here. Yeah, more mana. All right. Well, that one didn't work because we just, wow. That Doomscar off the top. Our opponent was basically just dead and they top decked that Doomscar to let him steal the win. I don't know what our opponent... So opponent's like a control deck then, actually, by the looks. They're like Bant control. One thing I hate about Arena is it will do anything in your power to make sure you don't lose life from lands like Spire of Industry. Yeah, the auto tapper has always been a little questionable. Well, we got the key to the archive. We'll keep this. Kind of wish we had white mana for this Thalia. Would be very nice, but it could come. Opponent. I mean, we blink the Skyclave, but our opponent's already got 8 Power of Wolves and the Huntmaster, so we're still just dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, opponent looking like they're doing a bit of mulliganing this game. Yeah, so a lot of the cards that we have in our sideboard, ooh, that's a good one. A lot of the cards that we have in our sideboard, we want there because we're tutoring copies of them from our sideboard. So not bringing in the Guardian of Faith is intentional. Yeah, let's do some spellbinding. See what our opponent's doing. Doomscar, Set of the Wilds, Professor of Symbology. Yeah, all right. Take the ramp / card draw spell. Get her and hit ya. About it taps. The 4-mana artifact is key to the archive. It makes 2 mana and it drafts a card from its spellbook with its ETB. It's actually pretty powerful, and doubly so if you can blink it every turn. The cards in its spellbook are pretty good. They're like counter spells and time warps and like it's mystical archive cards from Strixhaven, basically. Demonic tutors. Definitely the strongest spellbook on any of these cards. Well, Play the Traveler. Get I guess Headless Rider. Play the land. Go attacking. Playing that, we need the land. I don't like playing the Innkeeper into the Wrath, but I do like getting down this Key to the Archive. It is definitely a better Heathen Archive. Yeah, it's actually really good. Opponent. Foretell. Oh my god, teleportation circle. So I foretell the Doomscar, presumably. Go to combat. Attack with everything. About it. Blocks. Blocks. Sure. Well, teleportation circle. Blink Spellbinder. Keep the taxes going. Take the red, and I think we're in good shape. Opponent gets to Wrath, but we get to follow up with Key to the Archive, and that should be really good. About it. I mean, I like Key to Archive a lot too, but the spellbook aspect of this is really, really powerful. Key to the Archive. We'll take a Regrowth. Discard a Headless Rider. End of turn blanket. Do it again. Find a Time Warp. Discard a Fateful Absence. And now we're in good shape. And the weird thing about this is these are real versions of cards. Like, these are teleportation circle again. These are real versions, so we can like Time Walk and regrowth the Time Walk or whatever. Like that is a real line that we can do. Boy, opponent does keep finding Wrens. What do we do about this? So we can Time Warp, but we don't get that much value out of it. Pretty not good Time Warp. We can get back Traveler? And just try to like build a board? Hey, let's do that. Not gonna be a great board, but it is a board. Traveler. Finds us a Headless Rider. Play the Mimic as a land. Blank the Traveler. It's kind of hoping for a zombie. Tovolar, I guess. Pass the turn. How do you know what cards you can get? So if you click on these cards, I believe there's a... Oh, you can click through the spellbook. There's 15 cards. So yeah, if you right click, you can kind of click through and see them. Opponent gets and hits us. And now they can use this Settle the Wilds to find something. It is pretty much literally Discover from Hearthstone. Oh, but they don't have anything expensive enough to get. That's something we talked about during spoiler season, is like, there is a drawback to these Seek based on the number of lands. You don't have the right mana value, you don't get anything. Which we kind of just saw there. Well, go to combat. Hit the red. Now we're definitely Time Warping because we got to kill this red. So hit the red. Time Warp. We will take the turn. Blink the Archive. So there's 15 cards. So we have a 20% chance of hitting. Ooh, okay. We got a 20% chance of hitting the card that we actually want to hit. That is kind of cute, though. Hit ya. Hit ya. Approach the second sun in Standard. Blink the Archive. Back up to 21. Counterspell. Discard a Headless Rider. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's in the deck. The countdown is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, did you ever hear the story? I can't remember who told me this. I think it was someone in the stream that they went to their local game store and they were playing against a relatively new player, a kid that was like really young, like 12 or 14 or something. And he was playing an Approach of the Second Sun deck. And they said that he would put his Approach of the Second Sun into the deck like Arena, so he'd cast it and he'd put it in upside down so you could see it, and then every time he'd draw a card, he would say the countdown is at 6, the countdown is at 5, and it like very loudly count it off. Oh, magic. Let's do some traveling. Yeah, so good. Like so perfect. And I mean, technically you're not supposed to put your cards in your deck upside down, but I mean, how can you even get mad about that if the kid's just like having so much fun? Like 1, 2, 3. Well, let's play another teleportation circle. Go attacking. Hit ya. Play the tap land. Blink. Archive. And Traveler. This deck is so sweet. I don't know if you can actually play Traveler in tribal decks. It feels so inconsistent. But maybe. I mean, so the thing I like about the way I'm starting to think about Traveler is snacks are always a good idea. So the way I'm starting to think about Traveler is it's kind of like blood tokens. Like, I don't think the blood tokens are that good. Oh yeah, I guess maybe we should have kept that just to dig towards the approach. I don't think the blood tokens are very powerful on their own, but as synergy pieces in conjunction with other cards, they can be very powerful. Do you have enough mana? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor, Approach of the Second Sun, good game. I mean, we got the win right there, don't we? With Approach of the Second Sun. I mean, that's standard. That's, well, Alchemy. I think it's enjoyable. I think it's actually like kind of enjoyable. I would say this is one of the most fun decks I've played. Like, I think this Blink deck, it's just super fun. It's got some random mechanics built into it. But what I was trying to say is, think of, if you do play this, think of like the Doom Traveler, which looks kind of bad sometimes getting these random tribal cards. Think of it as blood tokens, where its power isn't the cards it's getting. The power is, it's just putting a card in your hand, and then you can discard that card or exile it to Grizzled Huntmaster to shoot it from your sideboard. You can discard it to Key to the Archives to get an actual good spell. So even if you don't actually ever cast the cards from Ominous Traveler Spellbook, it still has a lot of synergies in the deck. So anyway, let's try another deck. Maxwood Nexus in a Traveler deck would be good. It seems like a good Against Odds episode. What do you want to see next? So do you want to see So this is like probably the most Alchemy of decks. It's also probably like a pretty bad deck. This is a deck that was just like, this is Draft Chaff Avzan. All right, let's try it. So the idea of this deck, I don't think this is, I don't know, maybe it'll be more competitive than I think. The theory of this deck is, I want to see how good these draft cards are. We saw a little bit of them there, but this is all in on the drafting. Like, it has pretty much every card that can draft in the Abzan colors, and the hope is, if all of our cards are drafting out another card, even if those cards are really bad, hopefully that'll lead to us winning. Like, that is the thinking. I don't think we can play Gitrog tonight because Gitrog people voted on for next week's Against Odds, so I think we gotta wait. But we can give this deck a shot. We probably won't play a ton of matches with that. I also want to show you the Blood Aristocrat deck because I think the Blood Aristocrat deck is sweet. It doesn't have a ridiculous amount of Alchemy cards, but the Alchemy cards it does have are really important to. Wait, where'd it go? I don't know why they changed. Oh, I changed the name. That's right. That's right. Draft Chaff abs in. But the ones it does have are really important to making it work. We did not go fishing yet. Yeah, this deck is, I mean, it is as random as a deck can be. I think it's a little bit low powered, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows what we'll find? It could be anything. It could even be a cat. Do I prefer MTGA or MTGO? So I play both of them. I enjoy both of them. Overall, I would probably say MTGO, mostly because Modern is my favorite format. I really, really enjoy playing Modern. I really, really enjoy playing Legacy. And that's just not an option. Ooh. Well, I can't. Ooh. Actually, Torment of Scarabs. Torment of Scarabs? Probably Torment of Scarabs. Torment of Scarabs could be decent against our opponent's deck, I think. Pass the turn. Man, if you can actually assemble Cat Oven, that would be kind of hilarious. The odds are very... Is this someone actually playing straight up, like, Epiphany? One thing I will say that makes me really like this format... Yeah, Draft is very, very similar to Discover. One thing I'll say that makes me really like this format is... I haven't seen a lot of Epiphanies, and I even haven't seen... And I know it's day one, and things could change, but I haven't even seen a lot of... And they'll say sack an island permanent or discard a card. I haven't seen a lot of Epiphanies though. I haven't even seen a lot of like mono white. So I feel like a lot of the most miserable decks. You just want to run out Torment. All right. I mean, it is funny. I don't know if it stops us from losing to Almond's Epiphany if that's what's happening, but. You are going to chain together some turns and you got to pay the Torment of Scarabs price. You have officially been cursed. Ooh, Town Razor Tyrant. Well, speaking of being cursed. Wait. At the beginning of your upkeep, this deals 2 damage to you unless you sack it. Sack it, decline. All right, we're going to take 2 for a minute or two. Let's... Faithful Disciple. Sack it. Do some discovering. Draft us up a... Oh my god. These are all wastes of cardboard. Cathar's Crusade like we're Commander players. I've definitely lost this in Commander a lot. All right, well, we'll take it. Draw a couple cards. And I mean, I think we just got to kill this right now. Actually, do we? Yeah, probably. But what if they Goldspan? Would they really be playing Nerf Goldspan? Is that still a thing? You know, well, let's wait. I'm worried about counters, but... Yeah, we don't even have a creature to redraw on the battlefield. We'd have to Traveler, and then... Yeah, it feels a little awkward. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, down to 14. And... Land. Ooh, Imarith. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Okay. Down to 10. That 2 damage is adding up. It really is. Traveler. Champion of the Parish, I guess. Why not? Cursebound Witch. Champion of the Parish. And look at that turn. We did all that and we added a solid 2 power to the battlefield. Yeah, it reminds me of what was the card from Zendikar? Obsidian fire something that put blaze counters on lands. It kind of reminds me of that. Opponent gonna go attacking. Well, I mean, we gotta try to kill it. Thoughts on Oglor? I think it's a really cool design. I don't know exactly... Oh, we did kill it. I don't know exactly what to do with it, but it's a really, really sweet design. Ugh. Okay, down to 6. That's not bad, though. Well... Sack this. Tutor from the spellbook. Oh my god, Cruel Reality. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can't cast it yet, though. We're just short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it would be so good. I think we're dying. Opponent's just played so many dragons. This is kind of working, though. Ish? Working-ish? Opponents just had all the dragons in the world. Traveler. Do some traveling. Yeah, Ogler Willowgeist seems good. Ogler with the frog. I think maybe the most explosive thing is some of the historic combos you can do with it. I definitely think, I mean, it's only 2 mana. It fills the graveyard. So I think that some sort of like Sultai graveyard filling deck could definitely be interesting. Oh. Opponent still believes in the Goldspan Dragon. Oh, float this for mana. Yeah, I think we're dead. Like, we can't, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure we're dead here. Wow. We got so close. Torment of Scarabs just doesn't do anything, does it? That's awkward. Well, we gotta sack the land now, unfortunately. Draw for our turn. There's all of our key to the archive. So key to the archive. We need something that kills a Goldspan. And no. Oh, that was close. That was close. Alchemy, I really enjoy Alchemy. The cruelest reality is the fact we can cast the curse. Yeah, if we could have got it down the turn before, it would have been really good. Well, all right, we're gonna play some Bad Thought Seizes. We're gonna go down. Well, a 3/5 reach is actually a thing. Garrick seems pretty questionable. I wonder if this should play the Blink enchantment. Like, maybe we need to be teleporting in this deck. It could be worth it. Maybe something like this. Yeah, let's Thought Seize them. Let's see how the Thought Seizes go. Cruel Reality doesn't do it there because of the creature land. So we can play Cruel Reality, but they can fire up the creature land and sack the creature land, and then just kill us. Should have taken the Angel Wings. I'm not I think the Angel Wings is pretty bad. Well, Faithful Disciples for days. No ways to kill him. I guess we're putting the chef to the bottom. Well, we'll see. This hand looks a lot worse than our last hand. This hand looks real sketchy. Tab land, go. How about 1 Lithoform Engine? I do like Lithoform Engine. Oh boy. Oh, that's why they got so much. Okay, so opponents like they're fully in on the dragons. Oh, this is probably the death of us. A Traveler. Traveler makes me laugh every time. It's so bad. Lithoform Engine is definitely one of my favorite cards. It's just super fun. The problem is it's ridiculously expensive to get going. Expressive iteration about it. Finding their lands. Making their dragons ridiculously cheap. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can beat this. Oh, boy. We've had some pretty brutal riffs with our Key to the Archives. Not hitting good cards at all. Getting it. And that's one of the challenges with... a lot of these Discover cards or Draft from Spellbook cards. You really can't... Yeah, I think we're just literally dead here. A lot of the cards they're getting just aren't very good. Like, that is kind of the issue. Like, the power level is not high on a lot of what you're tutoring up. The exception is Archive. But even Archive can be pretty hit or miss. Is it scoop time? It might just be scoop time. Well, we got to see this little ramp dragon, like, kind of be absurd. So opponent just appears to be playing all the biggest, most expensive dragons, and the power level is high if you can get them on the battlefield. I don't even know. I guess we take another key to the archive. I'm not sure this actually can find anything that matters. Now, Time Warp is good in a vacuum. Discard Faithful Disciple. Play the lad past the turn. Opponent. I mean, our opponent has a full hand. Like, killing Emereth is nice, but I don't feel like that actually saves us. I feel like we're just, like, so incredibly far out of this one. This Fearsome Mob just kind of went off. Well, play a land. Tutor up some food. Hinterland Chef. Oh, God. Oh, God, these cards are all so bad. Okay. Time Warp. Might as well, because we're dying. About it. Has a counter, and we will scoop it up. Hey! Okay, so I think one of the things we're noticing is, like, the good draft cards can be pretty good. The bad draft cards are pretty bad. Hey, Seth, I'm thinking about adapting your most recent Boros Burn deck for Alchemy. What changes would you suggest? Ooh. So I think the biggest one, if you go to Alchemy, is I don't know the names of all Alchemy cards yet. Electrostatic Blast, the 2 damage burn spell that then also lets you cast an extra card. That card is kind of busted in anything that's like Burn or Dalvery. It's like really, really good. So that would be the big one. Maybe Frenzied Geist Blaster, if you can make it work. I definitely at least want to try it. I'm not sure what to cut though, and you do got to make sure you have 20 spells. So definitely make sure you have all those MDFCs. That's probably the easiest way to make sure you have the spells. But all right, we'll try it. Try Azuria Simus Blink with Teleportation Circle. Pretty fun to chain Time Warps. Yeah, we already that was the first deck we played, a Bant Blink deck. A Bant Blink deck with teleportation circles and so forth. About it. Yeah, that was one of the things I was trying to figure out during spoiler season. Like, are these cards good because they're cheap card advantage? Or are they bad because the card that you're getting with them is probably worse than, like, a random draw from your deck? I feel like a lot of these are, like, draw 1.5 cards. Or draw, like, half a card. Like, when you tutor from a spell book, I think most of the time it's, like, just worse than... Oh, boy. I think most of the time it's worse than just drawing a card, I would say. Ugh. Alright. Well, pass the turn. That's a Catilda. That's a lot of mana. I read at the deck for Alchemy. Actually, shocks are allowed, so you should play 4 in addition to the 4 play with fires. Oh, actually, that's a good point. I didn't realize. Did they announce that all the random arena only cards from the past were part of this format? I feel like I missed that announcement. But apparently, in Alchemy, not only are all these new digital only cards, but legal, but every other random old digital only card also appears to be legal. In like things like Shock. I think it's everywhere. It appears that they just are legal everywhere. Wow, we're so incredibly far behind. So we got a Cruel Reality, which is a somewhat powerful card in a vacuum. But we're real far behind here. Well, kill Brutal Cathar, I guess. Get back that thing. The removal spells do help a bit. We'll see if they are enough. Kill Sigarda. Pass the turn. I mean, if we can actually get down the Cruel Reality, who knows? Opponent's doing this with 2 lands because of Catilda power. Like, our opponent's just straight up going off with Catilda. Intrepid Adversary. Passes. Well, Huh. We gotta kill the Catilda. We gotta kill the Catilda, right? We have to. Well, play Faithful Disciple. Yeah, I think we do. Like, this is kind of painful, but this Catilda's just, our opponents cast like 40 mana worth of spell with 2 lands because of that Catilda. So I think we got to get rid of that, because I think that's a card that's allowing our opponent to stay in this game. How's the new format? It's really fun, Archburglar Lord. It is. Yeah, I mean, Cruel Reality is a sweet curse. If we can get it down, opponent can make some more humans. Passes. Well, let's go Garrick. All right, come on, Garrick. Draft us up something good, like a Sylvan Brush Strider. All right, a little bit of life gain. I mean, it's a body. It counts. It all counts. Surprised Blizzard hasn't sued Wizards yet. I mean, some of the mechanics are pretty similar. I will definitely give him that. Well, all right, Garrick. I mean, the draft mechanic is very much like a Hearthstone mechanic. Discover. Key to the Archive. This will get us a Cruel Reality. Maybe we're in this. Ooh, Lightning Helix. Yeah, take the removal spell. Discard a Witch. All right. I mean, we might be in business. Pass the turn. Garrick's doing work. And I mean, that's the other thing, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a time warp or a lightning bolt in like every game. So I don't know exactly how those IP laws work, but I don't know. Can you actually like trademark or copyright some of those mechanics? Like, is that actually possible? Actually, let's see. So could you take and be like, we own cycling. No other game can have a mechanic that is, discard a card to draw a new card. I imagine that that's not how this actually works, but I don't actually know. All right. Well, we get to get something from Faithful Disciple spellbook. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we were talking about Teleportation Circle earlier, and there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, opponent, there's one thing we know about reality. Is that it's a little bit cruel. I mean, I actually think this is pretty fun. I really do. Come back to me in a few months and we'll see. And also, it's possible that stuff is going to normalize a bit and everyone's like trying out new cards now. Are these new cards still going to be at the top of the meta and seeing a lot of play in a few months? That I'm not actually 100% sure of. So it's possible they won't be. Well, discard that. Play that. Play the chef. Tutor up some food. Snack time. Ooh. Each creature card in your graveyard. 1, 2, 3. All right, sure. Pass the turn. I mean, I think we've stabilized. Killing that Catilda really helped. The only thing you can use from Magic is characters in the specific symbols. Oh, so something I was trying to remember to ask y'all this, because I don't know the legality on this either. So I was noticing on social media the other day, there were some posts of like these like Magic blankets and like Christmas sweaters. They definitely had Magic IP. It was like, here's Ragavan on a huge blanket, or here's a Ragavan like ugly Christmas sweater thing. Is that what is the legality of that stuff? Like, how does that actually work? Because that seems, I can't imagine that you can legally take in, just yoink, the artwork of a iconic Magic card and sell blankets of it or whatever. Yeah, it kind of feels like it. Opponent was doing really well when they had Catilda on turn 2, but since Catilda died, our opponent is is crimming it up. Yeah, it can't be fair use if they're making money, right? I think like there's like fan art policies. So I think you could make a sweater for yourself and wear it, and that would be under the fan art policy. But I gotta imagine that you can't sell it. But I don't know, like, do they not enforce it, or do they not try to enforce it? It's weird to me that that's a thing that exists, and like it's not some like hidden dark thing. It's like publicly everyone's tweeting about how cool it is, and it's I don't know, that's kind of I don't know, it caught me by surprise because like that's gotta be illegal. It's gotta be. All right, let's blink and archive. And opponent, they're done. The humans can't keep up. I was getting the same advert. I mean, they look kind of cool. When I saw it, my first instinct was that actually looks kind of sweet. You know, where can I get my Panharmonicon blanket or my Blood Moon blanket? And my second thought was there's got to be no way that's legal. All right, you're gonna bring on all the Doom Scars, bring in the power word kills. What do you think of this card? Well, give me your analysis on Break Expectations. Is Break Expectations good? Hey Seth, are you going to be doing any YouTube videos on this format? I think so. I think it'll be part of the mixture on YouTube. But definitely there's going to be tons of modern. My expectation would be for the short term, like the next month or so before we get to Kamigawa. My guess would be if I was going to do a standard video, odds are leading up to Kamigawa, I will probably play Alchemy instead. But I'm not expecting it to be all Alchemy or anything like that. I'm expecting that overall we're going to be playing a lot of modern, some legacy. We'll check out new historic and throw some Alchemy into the mix, because so far I've been enjoying it. So Gemini Sins for the 6th month. With the release of Alchemy, can you see Wizards lowering the number of cards in new sets physically and offsetting them with Alchemy until physical is only modern, commander, legacy, etc.? Whoo, Gemini says, well, thank you. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big soup cheer for you. Not really. I don't think Wizards going to lower the number of cards that they're printing. I think that Wizards, if there's anything we've seen over the last couple of years, it seems like the number of cards that are being printed just keeps increasing. Like more and more and more cards are printed year after year after year. And I don't really think that's going to change. The cards are, I mean, that's how Wizards makes their money. That's the most profitable aspect of all this. So I think for that reason alone, I'm not really expecting Wizards to suddenly just like massively stop making Magic cards. Like they're gonna keep printing more, if any. I think it's probably more likely that we keep seeing more products than we see less. Maybe best case might be Wizards plateauing where they're at now, which is a really huge amount of products and a really huge amount of cards. But I would be shocked if Wizards started like dropping cards from standard sets to do this. I think they keep standard sets the same size and keep doing these supplemental sets. Break Expectation is good because you trade your opponent's good card for a bad card that they will lose because they cast it. Like that's kind of where I'm at, Corneas. That's kind of where I am too. I actually think it's like really underrated right now, and it's going to be really good. I have it in the sideboard. Like if I was playing Duress in a deck, I just have that in that slot in like Alchemy. So there's actually a ton of official MTG merch. That is true. More than you would expect. Hey chat, anyone else getting this weird bug? It seems like there were several cards for my preferred format that got banned today, but something about new cards with similar but different names and effects being printed stopped me from receiving my wild cards. Dicho, I am not 100% sure if that is a question or like a statement about the addition to Alchemy to Arena, but essentially in Historic now, and also this new Alchemy format, rather than banning cards. Okay. All right. I didn't know. I thought maybe it was possible you're like a new player who was actually confused about what was going on, and I didn't want to leave you hanging. But then I also thought there was probably a decent chance that that you were just doing a little bit of trolling. Oh, so how many hours did it take you to make your Historic decks legal today, Dicho? I saw some horror stories of people that just had like 50 historic decks, and because of the nerfing things, they were all. I can't believe Wizards didn't actually make a way, find a way to make that work, like automatically updating people's deck lists so they'd be functional. I mean, I guess if you don't have any Nerf cards in it, then you're probably fine. I think Wizards keeps increasing printing and adding formats because the player base is being so large. Formats are becoming stale faster. Have you brainstormed any ideas that would help with this kind of thing? So it's something we've talked about a bit before. I definitely think that there's like, my opinion is there's a whole bunch of factors going into this. I think part of it's on Wizards' end, where I think the designs they're making in Standard are allowing the format to be broken or solved quicker. These snowbally cards, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think part of it is Arena's a thing, and the number of games of Magic that is played today compared to the number of games of Magic that was played a few years ago, it is really wild, the difference. Like, think about this. Think about like let's say 2015. How many games of Magic do you think were played in 2015? You had some people, not a huge number, but some that played on Magic Online. You'd have people that were going to their local FNM or whatever to play some Magic, which is great. And then you had like, I don't know, some GPs or something. The number of games that were played was not massive. And then you have Arena come out, and you have, I forget the number that Wizard says. I think it was literally, I'm pretty sure it was literally billions of games last year, like over 1 billion games of Magic. I would assume that the number of games of Magic that is played just overall has increased tenfold or something since Arena came out. So I think that's another part of it, is like, we just jam so many games, and Magic internet's big, websites, social media, so the information is getting passed around a lot, that formats just get solved a lot quicker. Like, Wizards will design a set and spend a year working on it, and then they'll miss some combo, and the community will find it in minutes, seconds after the card is spoiled. You'll see someone tweeting about, oh, it's broken or whatever. So I think that's another part of it, is we just have the ability to play a ridiculous amount of Magic today compared to the past, and that leads to things getting solved faster. I think one of the solutions that I had said before was I really wanted them to consider going back to faster rotation. I think rotating Standard more times a year. Although, I think, especially in Arena, it would have to be coupled with, oh boy, we know what this card does. It would have to be coupled with something that would make sure the price doesn't just keep spiraling out of control, which is one of my big concerns. I'll take this up. Do we Wrath now or do we wait? We Wrath now, our opponent gets a clue. I mean, they're just going to have an insane turn. We might have to just Wrath now. You know what? Let's foretell. Play the land. Let's pass the turn. Hey, Seth, check out this list, please. Be careful with Set of the Wilds. It's bugged. It puts fake lands in your hand. Huh. Interesting. Opponent. Torrens. Well, we're going to need this Wrath to be good. Sun Gold Sentinel. Oh, we really need this to be good. 7-11. Let me see Dyphon. Ooh. Wow, that's a Demigod Titan. Demigod Titan's definitely a sweet card. Demigod Titan's 10 the Pest is definitely a sweet synergy. About it. Oh, wait, it's our turn? Hang on. All right, so 1, 2. Deadly Dispute. Sack this. Make a treasure. Draw some cards. Take up Garrick. Actually, let's just Doomscar. Doomscar first. Sweep the board. Sideboard tech coming through. Yeah, that was a good one. I'll take the Teleportation Circle. Do some Garrick drafting. Farkai Troll. Land on green. And it's food time. Here comes the food. Yeah, it looks cool, Dyphon. I definitely... You really love your Myriad Constructs, don't you? I definitely like the Dimageth Titan 10 the Pest plans. The Toady Back! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wonder if Teleportation Circle is going to be a staple in this format. It seems like people are very scared of it. Well, go to combat. Smack ya. Garrick's felt reasonably strong. Chef, gonna make us some food that actually has reach. That works. Make this 1 mana. Play it. Ominous Traveler. Grab that. The twist is the alchemy cards around it. Oh, opponent scoops it up. So has Settle the Wild's been pretty good. I mean, the ramp plus card draw, it's kind of like a bad growth spiral, I would say. It reminds me of a bad growth spiral. Perpetually making 1 cost on Traveler seems like wild value, even if the cards it fetches aren't amazing. Yeah, I mean, if you can get that to 0 mana, you can definitely kind of go off with it. Do you still play paper? In what format do you like? So let's try. I want to show you this Blood Aristocrat deck because I just think it's really fun. This one is a deck that doesn't have that many new cards. The big new addition is Sanguine Brushstroke, Blood Artist plus Blood Artist for blood tokens. Otherwise, there's a lot of blood token stuff, but I love Aristocrat style decks, and I love Blood Artist. Blood Artist is just so much fun. We'll do one more draft, and then we'll switch over to that. So, do I still play paper? I've never been a big paper player. I play paper super casually. I played, when I first started Magic, a long time ago now, I played paper casually, just like playing with friends around the kitchen table type thing. I've never been a paper grinder or tournament player, and it was really starting to play on Magic Online a few years after I started playing paper casually that really got me more involved in Magic. I occasionally play like a little paper commander. I got a few paper commander decks that I've built up over the years. I got a paper modern deck, but I've never really been a paper standard player or grinder or anything. So yeah, that's, so do I play paper? A little bit, but I'm kind of unique in that sense because I'm not someone who ever was a heavy paper player. Like, that's just never been who I have been in Magic, really. So, unlike I've heard some people that used to play really heavily in paper, but now play digitally. I've just never really played paper heavily. Yeah, Blood Artist is really sweet. Blood Artist is one of my favorites too. I would assume that most people started that way, although maybe in our new world of Arena, it's probably possible that there's got to be people who just started with Arena. Like, I know people who have started with Arena and that's their first experience. So I wonder if we're going to see more and more people like that. Well, let's chef it up. Get a little Gilded Goose. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with Gilded Goose. Gilded Goose is just a good card. Abundant. Thinking. Stormsinger. So... oh, if we double block, we kill it, right? That works. Sure. Do I have a big paper collection? So actually, part of my paper experience was buying and selling collections. Before I started doing content more seriously, that was kind of one of the big things I did, was buy and sell collections. So I actually have a lot of cards that are just left over from that. I would buy people's collections off Craigslist and then, sort them all out and sell pieces off to buy lists or eBay or stuff like that. So yeah, I actually have have a decent amount of cards that are just left over from that. They're mostly not in decks. They're just like cards, but ooh, Blood Rage Alpha, sweet. I started an arena in 2019. 2 months later, I got myself some Commander Pregods. Well, I'm glad to know that it works that way. I was wondering, do you think it'll still work that way with this change? That's another thing I've been wondering, like, 3/5. They shouldn't. Yeah, let's play this. I don't think they have anything that's big enough to fight the Ishkana. Like, do you think it'll still work that way? That's one of the things I've been wondering about with the shift to Alchemy and digital-only cards. Is that going to make it less likely from players to, like, start with Arena and then go to Paper? Or vice versa, like, play Paper and go to Arena? And does that matter? Like, is that an actual meaningful drawback? Or does it just not matter at this point? I started with Arena in 2019, and about 2 months later got myself some, yeah. Well, it's awesome to see new players coming in. I started in school and bought into decks with my friends to play. After that, I went to my TCG, but my TCG closed, and I lost my entire collection of around 4,000 cards at the time. Well, last time we didn't take the Angelic Gifts and we lost. Although we are going to get another enchantment. Oh, does this do anything in our deck? We're not making token. Oh. All right, we'll take Angelic Gifts. We'll take Angelic Gifts. Oh, yeah, losing your entire collection is definitely super painful. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard. Draft a card from its spell book. Alright. Well, go Ishkana. Find us a good spider. When this mutates, put 2... Okay. All right. Good trade, build the best Ishkana of all time. Pass the turn. That's a 5/7 Ishkana. I think the biggest thing holding Arena back is the economy. Agreed. I would also like to see more formats added, but I do think the economy is the biggest issue. Do the change version of cards for Alchemy update automatically? Yes, although there's been some bugs where people are still having issues with decks. So you might have to change some of your decks manually, but ideally, in theory, yes. It should automatically just update and you have both versions. Well, Angelic Gift, draw a card. Garrick. Draft. This deck is funny. It's just like a little lacking in power sometimes. Opponent gets to flip the Tovolar. Plays a Lance. So now I can probably like, wow, okay, spin it to win it. Harbinger. About it. Is our Ishkana gonna carry? Is our spiders gonna get us out of this? About it. Attacking the Garrick. Attacking the Garrick. Attacking us. Interesting. Trample haste. No trample. No trample. I mean, I think this is fine. Should have attacked with the Disciple. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize it actually has Vigilance. You're right. You are correct. We should have. All right, so block here. Block here, block here. Sack this. Oh, we're going to need to find some really good spiders. Get our last land. Ishkana kills a thing. We draft. Return another aura equipment from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, dear. All right, well, keep growing the Ishkana, I guess. Ooh, key to the archive. That's a good one. That is a good one. All right, draft with Garrick. Death Toucher seems decent. Key to the archive. Oh my goodness, Day of Judgment. That's really, really good. Discard that. Play the land. Draft. This Ishkana's kind of doing some serious work here. Get a not Vine Recluse. And oh yeah, pass the turn. Pass the turn, do some more drafting, wrath the board, and Ishkana might be getting there. It might be getting there. Back in the day, I remember goldfishing Prosbloom for a month and still not having it down. Yeah, that deck is a little bit complicated. Ooh, this is a big attack. I do not like that our opponent's going to get to draw a bunch of cards. That is bad news. I mean, it's good we get to Wrath in the future, but about it. So, has seeing Alchemy in action changed your opinion of it? Or is everyone who showed up to the stream people who... I mean, there was such a huge negative backlash to Alchemy that I was really wondering how this was going to go. Like, is it only the people who like the format who showed up for this stream tonight or for other streams? Or are people, is their opinion slowly changing? I'm kind of curious. Feels worse than expected. What makes it very expensive is true and a very fair criticism. Now, we're a long way away from spider spawning being good, but it might be good eventually. I kind of like it. It looks awful. So if it looks awful, what do you dislike about it? All right, at the board. Take up Garrick. Grow the spider. Play the spider. Play the Gilded Goose. Spectral Steel. Get back Angelic Gift. Play the gift. Draw a card. Alright, nice little rebuild. Ooh, Key. Key has been one of the impressive cards. It has been one of the impressive cards. I played Zamamonicon against a deck with 4 copies of 5 different wipes. They only had creature lands as finishers. It was the only miserable game, so I'm pretty happy with that. That does sound pretty miserable. Well, key to the archive. Come on. Well, Demonic Tutor. That's got to find us something. Discard Spider spawning. Demonic Tutor. 4. It might just be another archive. Run it back. Yeah, I mean, key to the archive. Archive. Again. Take Electrolyze. Discard the land. Yeah, there's a poll open if you want to vote. I mean, so far I've had fun with it, honestly. I wish it was not so costly. That is a big one. The cost is kind of insane. For me, Seth, I'm not even planning on playing Alchemy, but I support you. That's why I'm here. Well, Stone Rain. I do appreciate that. I very much appreciate it. And I know, like, we're not only going to play Alchemy or anything like that, so don't worry about that. If that's your concern, like, Modern is still, like, my favorite format, and we're going to play lots of other stuff, too, so So I would not worry too much about. Oh, we could have pinged our opponent for one. Well, this is fine. Kill that. We're just gonna try to close out this game. Kill that. Here comes the. You know what? We're taking down. We're taking down the Garrick. We don't need this Garrick anymore. Take it down. Get us a horn beetle and keep the beats going. Hit ya. Honk honk, send the goose message. This is kind of worrying. Like, the part that scares me is this plan is working. This plan of just like, oh, well, thank you so much, Stone Rain. I really appreciate the kind words. Siren, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This plan is kind of working, and that actually kind of scares me, honestly. Ooh, I'd love to see your Commander brew, me man. Oh, speaking of Commander, how y'all feel about Chaos? So we don't usually play too much Chaos on Commander Clash, but every once in a while we do a Chaos week, which is always super wild. What do you think of in your personal play group? What do you think about Chaos matches? I feel like for me, Chaos is one of those things where if I had to play Chaos games every week, I would probably stop playing Commander. But is a once in a while thing. It's actually like really fun in its own very, very, very strange way. But it is actually super fun. We'll do some trimming. Bring in a bit of removal. Bring in the sweepers. Why do people think it's not okay for Wizards to make money? Oh, so yeah, Moto helps with Chaos a ton. I don't know how you would do some of those Chaos things in actual paper. Chaos is fun. Love the variance it causes. Just once a week with us. Yeah, that's probably about the right amount. Actually, once a week would probably be a little too much for me. Once every couple of months, maybe I'm down with a good Chaos game. But if I was like constantly playing Chaos games, oh man, it would drive me insane. So why do people think Wizards shouldn't make money? I don't think that Wizards shouldn't make money. I think that, if anything, we sometimes forget that. We forget that Wizards, Hasbro, whatever, they're not our friends. They present ourselves as our friends, and rightly so. Like, and some of the people who work there are our friends and members of the community. But when it comes down to it, like, Wizards isn't our buddy. They're not, trying to make a cool thing that we like. They are sort of trying to do that, but their overall goal, like the bottom line, more than anything else, is they're trying to make money. That is their one and only reason for existing, is to make as much money as possible. And that means getting as much money out of our pockets as possible. And I think it's really important to remember that as a community. Like, that's Wizards' job. That's why Wizards exists. And that's all. That's it. That's all. So if you see Wizards doing something or saying something, think, how is this, profiting them? How is this helping them to make more dollars, to take more money out of my pocket? Because that's how business works. That's capitalism. And I'm sure we could have, sometimes I wish it didn't work that way, but that's just like the sad truth of the matter. So I think that, I think we just got to come to grips with that, honestly. So, given the system that we live in, I don't begrudge Wizards trying to make their money. At the same time, I feel like because that's the system, we have to advocate for ourselves and each other. When it comes down to it, like, I hate to put it in these terms, but in a very real sense, it's kind of a us versus them thing. And this is 1,000,000% not about anyone who works at Wizards, because I really like a lot of people that works at Wizards. They're like people who I really enjoy having conversations with and would consider a friend. But when it comes down to it, like, Hasbro's a huge corporation that's trying to squeeze every dollar out of us as possible, and we need to advocate for each other and for ourselves and for the community, because if we don't, they're just going to keep pushing and just going to keep taking more money out of people's pockets, because that's what they exist to do. So I think that's what it comes, for me, that's what it comes down to. And that's why, even though I'm super lucky to be able to have a job playing Magic because of all of you, and like, seriously, it blows my mind every day when I think about it, but like, I'm super lucky that I can buy the Magic cards I need. Like, it's part of my job, but not everyone is like that. So even though I don't know, like, even though in some ways, I guess, some of these changes don't like super specifically hit me personally, that's why I think it's important to advocate for that stuff, because when it comes down to it, like, it is kind of the community versus the corporation. And this isn't just Wizards, this is just like the world. That's what it's like in the US and the system that we have. So if you love Magic, you have to want, yeah, and I do. Like, that's the thing. I don't want Wizards to make no money, because if Wizards makes no money and Hasbro makes no money off Magic, then guess what? Then they stop making Magic, because their job is to make money. So we want Wizards to make money, but we also, but I think it's also fair that we also expect Wizards not to be predatory and not to be harming the community with their mechanisms for making money. So, and I think that sometimes Wizards goes a little bit too far with that. Like, and it really, there's no, red line. It's very hard to know what is too far. And a lot of it depends on your personal situation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I think some of the stuff with Arena in specific, I think, is the most predatory aspect of Wizards making money. That's my personal opinion, but I think that the Arena economy is the most predatory aspect of Magic. Opponent. It's like your friend that's kind of a piece of crap, but you still want to be their friend. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that comparison. And for me, like, when it comes down to it, I really love Magic. And people always say, like, oh, well, what we need is like a boycott, or, just stop playing Magic. And I don't think that's like 100% wrong. Like, it is true that hitting Wizards in their pocket is the best way to get your message heard, because complaining on social media or something, Wizards is very used to that. So if there's something that you really strongly disagree with, the best way to get the message out is going to be, oh, we're kind of dying here. The best way to get the message out is going to be voting with your wallet, so to speak. But at the same time, it's very hard, because I honestly love playing Magic. And I know this is a great example of it, because there was such a huge uproar over Alchemy. And rightly so. There's a lot of really, AC Archburglar Lord. There's a lot of really bad aspects of Alchemy. But when it comes down to it, like, I still love playing Magic. And I still get excited at the possibilities of new Magic cards. So you have this weird give and take, so. Opponent. I would say Ragavan in Modern Masters in general is a lot more predatory than Arena. Interesting. Opponent. I mean, I think that Ragavan probably should have been, the rarity should have been lowered. But I don't know if I think Modern Masters is, to me, Modern Masters doesn't seem predatory, because it's all reprints. So it's all, to me, reprint sets are just like all upside, essentially. Like, you can ignore them because the cards already existed. So there's no, I need to get a new card from this set. It's possible we should have taken the Doomblade instead. So you can safely ignore them if you want to. But there's a chance that the reprints will lower the cost on cards that you do need and make them more affordable for you. From a somewhat casual consumer of Magic content and someone who is unable to play the game in any way currently, with the loudest this is the loudest backlash we've seen since Walking Dead stuff. That's true. The funny thing is, it feels like the Walking Dead stuff kind of ended up dying down. I don't know. That's what it seems like from my perspective, at least, is like we have this really big uproar about Walking Dead, and now Wizards is talking about, you know, doing a whole bunch more Universes Beyond stuff and more crossovers, and it's mostly okay. And I mean, I think part of that is because Wizards has like addressed some of the concerns to some extent, like putting Magic themed reprints. Ooh, another Wrath. Like putting Magic themed reprints into. This has got to be that huge trampling thing that's just going to smash us to death. I really wish we had an instant speed removal spell. Now, play Garrick. Oh, I think it's going to be so big. How many turns has it been foretold? Is there even a way to tell? So we don't even know? There probably should be a way to track that, because I feel like this thing's going to kill us and we don't know how. Well, Garrick, I think this is all we can really do. Yeah, definitely regretting not taking that Doom Blade. That might be our doom. All right, take this Basilisk. Pass the turn. About it. Yeah. Okay, Rahilda. About it. Trample, haste, vigilance. Alright, gonna kill the Garrick.
I'm gonna go hunt something else.
Oh, we have a million. The problem is I'm afraid we Wrath and just die. Because we can't kill that big thing. Huh. I mean, it's got to be that. What else could this be? And it's going to be like a 20/20 by the time it comes down. It's got to be, but like, how do we know how big it is? I don't know, like, how many turns it's been foretold. Is it going to be big enough to immediately kill us if we Wrath? Probably. Yeah, Regrowth just gets something back from our graveyard. We don't have an instant speed removal spell, though, is the issue. Could be Demon's Bolt. I mean, you know what? I guess we gotta risk it. Opponent's board's getting too good, so. Faithful Disciple. Oh my goodness, that actually kind of is insane. Okay. Well, problem solved. Problem solved with an Authority of the Console. Authority of the Console's off our band drafter. Oh my goodness, that actually makes sure that we're not going to die to that. Wow, what are the chances? Yeah, that is like the best possible hit. Oh, wow, that's so good. 1, 2. All right, so Doomscar, Regrowth, Garrick, and start doing it again. I like how much this Garrick calls back to Garrick Wildspeaker. It's like 2021 digital only version of Garrick Wildspeaker, which I think is actually kind of cool. There's somehow, for being this wild digital only card, somehow it's also like pretty nostalgic, which is kind of cool. About it. Yeah, the spellbook's saving the day at the moment. Maz, oh no. Oh, they go after the archive. Okay, that's good. Hey, Bearby. How are you, bud? You want to say hi to everyone? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here, buddy. Ready? Whoa, there you go, big boy. Say hello. Bearby just woke up. Say hi. Breathe heavily into the microphone. Hey, sleepy puppy. How are you? How are you, buddy? How are you? You want to get down? Okay, you can get down. There you go, bud. Oh. Hang on, you're tangled. Oh. Yeah, Bear is definitely getting huge. Hey, buddy. How are you? Well, let's Let's take down Garrick. He got the... Oh, you need a treat, bud. Hang on, you gotta wait till our stream's done. Once we're done with the stream, I'll get you a treat. Scythe Cat and... Ooh, go attacking. Might as well. Pass the turn. Everyone says you're a cute puppy, Bearby. Everyone says you're a cute puppy. Do you need a treat? All right, hang on. I'll hang on. Wait, let me finish this game and I'll run get you a treat while we're playing. We do need a bear mode, don't we? Be patient, bud. I think he just woke up and now he's in treat mode. Reckless Stormseeker. He loves to eat more than... I've never seen anything like it. It kind of cracks me up. I swear he doesn't even chew. He just like inhales any food that you will give him. He just like inhales it. No chewing necessary. Just like hop, hop, hop. I'll have to post a video of it because it's actually kind of hilarious. All right, there's a Harbingers. Well, that's fine. We have another. Boy, we have flooded out severely. Hit you for 2. Day of Judgment. Sweep the board. Bear's a male opponent. It is like a duck. It kind of reminds me of a shark because he has such a big mouth that he'll like jump up for the... Oh, no. Wow. Bad time for the flood. He has such a big mouth that he'll see the tree, and I wonder if I can get it on camera for you. He'll just, like, jump up and do this, like, it's like Jaws. Like, Jaws coming up from the depths of the ocean. And then just, like, inhale it. He's like, just the sweetest puppy, though. Like, he's just so hungry and so nice. Yeah, this flood is gonna destroy you. Okay, key to the archive. Save us. Well, I guess that kind of does. Tovolar is a... Oh, it's flipped? Ugh. Well, Wrath again. Hopefully we stop drawing lands at some point. Kill the Tovolar. Pass the turn. Oh, opponent's not whiffing. Opponent's not whiffing at all. Gods it up. Oh, dead. Wow, we drew an incredible string of lands in a row. Do you think that Dragon's Rage Channeler could get banned in Historic? I mean, I think we'll have to wait. I think we'll have to wait. So I guess we want more instant speed removal. Let's get on these Blood Chief's Thirst and go up more instant speed removal. So I think we'll have to wait and see what the metagame looks like with this huge shakeup from Alchemy. But it is the kind of card that I could see getting banned. Or nerfed. I guess we don't really do bans anymore, I don't think. Hey, see ya, LA Tribal. Thanks for hanging out. See you next week. What do you think about Grizzled Huntmaster to get Legion Angel? I think that's kind of cute. I could see that. I mean, the nice part about Grizzled Huntmaster, well, I was going to say the nice part is you only really got to play one copy of things in your sideboard to make it work. Yeah, I totally think we're going to see... Hey, what's up, Devin the Dude? How are you? I totally think we're going to see cards unbanned in Historic. Nerfed versions of cards unbanned in Historic. I would be actually pretty surprised if we don't see that. So, yeah, so we'll have to see. Do you think Expressive Iteration should get nerfed? Yes. I think it should get nerfed in essentially every format. Like, that card is just way too good. I mean, I actually think that's one of the, like, biggest problems that we've had in multiple formats. Like, that card is just so powerful. Tovolar. It's a 4/4. Well. Archive. I'll take the Day of Judgment. Discard a Lotus Cobra. Alright. No death, please, opponent. Untaps. Oh, Bear's doing good. You just missed him. He was on camera a minute ago. What have you been up to this week, Devin? Alright. Opponent does some killing. And Goes attacking. We will block. Opponent does get to draw a card. I think the mirror version of Teferi was bumped to 4 mana. Yeah, I think, and wasn't Teferi's abilities reversed? So to have the sorcery speed only thing, you had to plus rather than, or had to minus rather than plus. I feel like the abilities were reversed. We're at the board. Draft up a enchant player. I don't even know what this card does. As this permanent transform into Curse of Leeches, attach it to a player. You know what? Sure. I've never cast a Curse of Leeches before. Curse ya. Drain ya, I guess. Apparently Curse of Leeches is in our spellbook, so we'll take it. It's a rare. Already coping with Alchemy's impact on Historic. How's it been? I haven't gotten a chance to play any Historic yet. How's it been? About it. What is real anyway, Devin? Rahilda. Well, we don't really want to get hit by that if we can help it. Yeah, Curse actually seems pretty decent. Now let's archive, see what we find. Well, Putrefy is an answer. Take the Putrefy. Discard the Traveler. Kill the Rahilda. I mean, I think we're just going to try to make a big board of Ishkana. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're actually going to play this. We're just going to try to make a big board of Ishkana. Ishkana spiders. We're going to draft a bunch of spiders and see if it works. Stormseeker. Opponent gets to smack us a little. Well, here comes the spiders, hopefully. Opponent hits us. Ishkana. Draft a spider. Those are all expensive. When you cast that through the top X to your library, Rex the number of creatures in your graveyard. Green permanent. Oh, that's not gonna do it. Well, take this. Green, black. Cursebound Witch. Spider. Go. Is Magic dead? I mean, I don't think Magic... I've been enjoying this format, honestly. So I don't think Magic is dead at all. I do think that there's concerns about Historic as a format. That is a real concern. But I've been enjoying Alchemy. I actually do think that Alchemy might just be more fun than Standard. I do think there's some like weirdness with how everything will play out, how things are not, how paper is so divorced from Arena. Like that stuff is weird, but as far as just this format itself, I've very much been enjoying playing Alchemy. And I think if I was just going to sit down, no content, just like, I want to play some Standard, I would almost certainly choose Alchemy over actual literal Standard. What do we want here? I mean, I guess a 2/4 is okay. +2/+2. So this would be a 5/7. I mean, that would let us kill the Garrick. Maybe that's fine. That's kind of... Well, that wasn't the plan, but alright. Put it on Ishkana. Go to combat. Attack the Garrick. About it. Okay, that's fine. Opponent jumps. Well, we have our own Garrick. We will draft from a spellbook. I don't know how casual players are going to be able to keep up. They can craft 1 deck per set, so when the cards get nerfed, they're SOL. That is one of my biggest concerns with all this. Like, I have a rough couple days ahead. My cousin's wake is tomorrow and his funeral Saturday. We were very close. Could use any thoughts, prayers, thanks. Oh, Stone Rain. I'm sorry. I can't even imagine how hard that's got to be. So yeah, definitely thoughts with you, and geez, hopefully it goes as well as it can in a really, really hard situation. Tenacious pub for our opponent, but yeah, definitely be thinking about you, Stone Rain. I like Alchemy too, by the way. I like many others simply question the logic of having just cards impact on what is supposed to be Arena's eternal format. I definitely hard agree with that. Like, think about this. I think maybe the best comparison for this, honestly, is something like Modern Horizons. Like Modern Horizons. Trample, Vigilance, Haste, blah, 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 blah. So Modern Horizons has cards that are designed specifically for Modern, which I think is fine. This has cards designed for Arena/Alchemy. If when they released Modern Horizons, they said, oh yeah, by the way, Path to Exile costs 2 mana now, and your Stoneforge Mystic only gets an equipment with mana value 2 or less, people would freak out, and rightly so. Like, so I think that the way that they handle it in regards to historic and specific is really illogical, and just really not good. So I hope that they backtrack on that. I think the best solution for this is have Alchemy, because Alchemy is actually, I think, fun. At least have it as an option. Like, a Standard is still an option. If you don't want to play Alchemy, great, play Standard. If you do want to play Alchemy, great, play Alchemy. But get rid of the changes to historic, which I think those are pretty much overwhelmingly, I would say, overwhelmingly negative. So I hope that that's where we end up. We do have some history of Wizards. Yeah, I mean, that would be another comparison. Like, Wizards thinks the card is too overpowered for Standard, so they also ban it in Legacy. Like, that would kind of be another similar comparison, and there's no connection there. Elwyn's Epiphany being too good in Standard has nothing to do with how strong it is in an older format. So, are we wrathing here? We wrath. I mean, I guess we can try to block this turn. We're also about to time out, I guess. All right, let's discard, pass the turn. So yeah, but we do have some history of Wizards actually changing course in Historic. Like, when Historic started, it was going to be double wild cards. So, like, the least player-friendly thing that Wizards could possibly think of. Let's make it so if you want a Mythic that's legal in Historic, you got to spend 2 wild cards rather than 1. Everyone freaked out, and Wizards actually backtracked from that. And whether or not that was the plan the whole time, and they were, giving the worst possible version so they could look good once they backtrack, who knows behind the scenes. But the point of the matter is, everyone freaked out, and Wizards ended up actually making real changes based on the freak out. So there is some, history of that happening. So I'm at least a little bit hopeful that could happen again about it. Oh boy, this is a close game. Radahilda goes attacking. Huh. Wait, can't we just block with Ishkana? What am I missing here? Ah, they have an Abrade. All right, well, we'll see. The problem is they're going to have this big hasty thing again coming down, which is not good for us. Hatchery Spider. Ishkana. Exile, exile. Drider. So opponent, gonna kill our Ishkan and our Garrick. So we get to Wrath. But they're gonna have the big, this Foretell thing is actually like legit scary. Hey, see ya, Amnesty. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully see you next week. Nasmith, I've been working on Black Red Aristocrats. Let me know what you think. Ooh, let me see, Naz. Also, how's it going, Naz? All right, get pinged. That's not a removal spell. Well, Zag does get a lad. Ooh, that looks sweet. I have one I've been working on one a little bit similar. I focused, I think, more heavily on the blood token plan. Well, Doomscar. Give us something good, Cursebound Witch. Okay. Well, playing a LAN. Hatchery Spider. I think that's worth taking the... Oh, we're not casting it. All right, that works. All right, opponent has an Abrade. We'll get a Hinterland game. We basically need a removal spell. We basically need a removal spell so we can overcome this massive trampler that's about to come down and smash us probably to death. If we can hit a way to kill it, then we're in good shape. Opponent, land, here it comes. It's a 9/9 trample, haste, harbinger. Opponent takes down, drafts with Garrick. Well, we'll see. That thing's big. That's a problem. Maybe we can make a big enough board to block it if our opponent doesn't draw anything. Opponent gets a horn beetle. Wow, it's going to be close. But that looks sweet, Naz. I like it. About it. It's us. This has been a long game. Good golly. 3 minutes left on our clock. I guess we've also been talking a lot, but... Cursebound Witch. Okay, so... Well, Highland game. I guess we just run out as much of our stuff as we can and try to block. Blood Hunter Bat. Drain you. Okay, Drider. Cursebound Witch. Cursebound Witch. All right, that's all we got. Opponent gets drained and pigged. We've never flipped this curse. I don't know if this curse is actually good. Opponent down to 7. Do they top deck anything good? They're running out of Garrett. This has been a wild game, but just a land. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Opponent cashes in the Garrick, drafting up a little beast. Ooh, yeah, Garrick's Uprising is pretty sweet. Barkeye Troll. All right, Barkeye Troll is pretty good. Throws a Horn Beetle. Are you even at... Wow, they go attacking. So 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we want these Cursebound Witches to die. I wish they had less toughness. Their extra toughness is actually a problem. Let's think about this. 1. If we block like this, how bad is it? So everything goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we get rid of this, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we take 1. All right, let's do that. Okay, block like that. Get rid of the 9/9. We lose a bunch of stuff, but that's fine. We take 1. We get to find something with our witch. We gain a couple life, except our opponent can activate. Oh god. All right. Does Witch's Vengeance do anything? It sort of does. All right, Witch's Vengeance. Boom. Got him. These games have been wild, but they've been like kind of... Oh, and we turn on our Leech. Well, guess it's troll time. Witch's Vengeance. On troll. Just the way Garfield intended. We drafted it. We GG it. We go to combat. One blocker. Actually, okay, yeah, that's fine. If we attack with everything, they got a chump block, right? Yeah, attack with everything. Hopefully they don't top deck. If they top deck something hasty, they could still get us. This... Oh, alright. Opponent does not chump block. Oh, that was a ridiculous game. I gotta say, well, we didn't get through as many decks as we were planning to at all. I did not expect this deck to work nearly as well as it did, honestly. Like, in all honesty, I thought the deck was going to be pretty bad, and it actually ended up winning way more than it lost. Like, this is the deck that kind of actually scares me, because this deck, this was more of like a theory crafting deck, where I kind of just, I mean, it's, you know, it's functional, but this is just playing like every draft card in the colors. Like that was the whole idea of this deck. It was like, well, the power's not going to be good. What happens if you just jam all these draft cards? So essentially every card you play is drafting another card. What happens if you do that? Because that's a Hearthstone trick. Like that's a Hearthstone trick where there's decks, the priest deck I used to play before it got nerfed. That's essentially what it did. It's like, oh, cast this thing, you discover a card or draft a card essentially, and it reduces the cost of the stuff. And then you cast another discover card and another discover card, and eventually that leads to you winning. This deck kind of did that in the Magic version. And sure, we're getting janky almighty brushwags. We're getting, you know, some pretty low powered random witch creatures, like not very good cards, dominating vampires, off tribe stuff. But just the fact that we're being able to stack up so many cards one after another, the insane amount of card advantage, even though the cards weren't especially powerful, that actually made the deck work pretty well. And this is very untuned, so I actually think maybe the draft mechanic is maybe a little bit better than it looks. I had no idea how good it was going to be, and my overall impression after playing only 2 decks tonight, but after playing these decks, is that it's better than we thought. I think you should look into building the Wicker Wing Effigy deck. Yeah, Wall of Chaos. It does sound like a fun idea. I will add that to my list to build with for Wicker Wing Effigy, because it does sound sweet. So what do we learn tonight about our first night of Alchemy? And there will be more coming because I got a lot of decks I want to play. So here's my takeaways. My takeaways are: draft is better than I thought. Inquisitor Captain is insane. Like, best card in the set, I think. Followed closely by Grizzled Huntmaster. If you want to mess around with a deck, this Bant Blink deck is just, it's a blast. It is incredibly fun to play. It's got a lot of chaos and randomness, but it's really fun, and I think it's relatively competitive as well. So this is my favorite deck that I built in Alchemy so far. Inquisitor Captain, bomb. Grizzled Huntmaster, insane. Clone Crafter and Ominous Traveler, Key to the Archive, also kind of absurd, and definitely a huge addition to this deck. Blinking with Teleportation Circle is bonkers. And then the Draft Jab Abzan deck, it was pretty cool too, just like getting all these random cards, and it actually kind of works. So on that note, everyone, that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. Huntmaster was awesome in my mono green deck too. Yeah, I think that card is, I think those are, if I did a top 10 list, and maybe we should do a top 10 list for Alchemy, but I think that those 2 cards would be high up there. Captain and also Huntmaster, just like some of the best cards in the whole set. So on that note, everyone, that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. The good news is we We will be back on Monday next week. Spoilers are over. We're back at it. 3 streams. We'll play some more Alchemy. We'll play some Modern. We'll play some Historic and other stuff as well. So reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams. Normal YouTube. Tons of stuff coming up on there. Check out tomorrow's Modern Much Brew. It's one I think you're going to like. And one more reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. Sorry, Barry was nipping at my leg. Is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes. Most importantly, thank you to each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out and having fun and being awesome. I appreciate y'all. Stone Rain, good luck with all the funeral and stuff. I'll be thinking about you. Have a wonderful night, a wonderful weekend. Yeah, I love y'all, and I'll see you on Monday. So until then, have a great one, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.